Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to whatever the weather, the Arsenal Women's channel. It is, of course, Matchday Live, Champions League semi-final, second leg. Wow, what an exciting game this is going to be. Of course, Arsenal do lead 2-1 from that first leg. It is going to be a great game, this, isn't it? So you do not want to miss it. So stay with us because it's coming up right now. So Arsenal just 90 minutes away from a second consecutive Champions League final. The holders, of course. Now, what team has Rene selected for this game? Shall we have a look at the team news for you? So this is our Arsenal lineup then. In goal is Daphne Van Domselaar. Back four, Emily Fox, Leah Williamson, Lotta Ruben-White and Katie McCabe. In midfield, captain Kim Little, Mariona Caldente and then Alessia Russo in the number 10. And in the front three, Olivia Smith, Caitlin Ford, and they are either side of Stina Blackstenius, starting for the third game in a row, unbelievably, really. And that is the same team, of course, that started the first leg last week. On the bench then, we're a little bit short, aren't we? But we've got Anik Balba and Barbara Vojkova, the two goalkeepers, Leah Cadena, Taylor Hines, Vicky Palova, Smella Holmberg, Frida Marnham, Chloe Kelly is back in the squad, and youngster Mia Dixon is back on the bench as well. For Lyon, and they have made a few changes to their starting lineup following last week's defeat at the Emirates. In goal, it is still Christina Endler, of course, gifted us, well, maybe both of those goals, you could say. Their back four is Ashley Lawrence, Wendy Reynard, the captain, Ingrid Engen, and Selma Basher comes in at fullback. In midfield, it is Lindsay Heaps, Lily Johannes, and Melchi Dumornay comes in as well, which is a threat, isn't she? We know that. And their front three is the same as last week. Kaditu Diani and Jill Brand, who scored their goal, of course, last week, either side of Ada Hegerberg. So that is the two lineups. Then what do we make of the lineup today for Arsenal? Not too many surprises, really. We've got a lot of players injured anyway at the moment. So I guess we didn't really have a lot of options, did we, really, to make changes? Chloe Kelly's not fit enough, really, to start this game. So she's on the bench, and that's absolutely fine. Yeah, we maybe lack attackers on the bench, don't we? Normally, we've got Stina on there who can come off the bench and score a goal. Of course, she has to start at the minute due to the fact, one, she's playing well, and two, of course, we've got injuries elsewhere in the front line, haven't we? But this is going to be a tense occasion, I'm sure. Of course, we did win here 4-1 in the second leg last season, having lost the first leg. Of course, we come here this time with a completely different mindset. We have, of course, won that first leg. The pressure is now on Lyon, isn't it, to turn this tie around? Obviously, they're capable of doing it with the players they've got. We know that. But equally, we're the holders. We've proved that these are the games that, you know, Rene, she knows what tactics to go with. Virtually every single time we play a big game, she very rarely loses them. And I've got a feeling that we'll get the result that we need. Of course, a draw will do us today. Absolutely, we'll take that all day long. But I don't want us to play for a draw simply because I think that's risky against a team this good. I think we need to play our game. Yes, we need to be sensible. We need to be tight. We don't want to give them chances. I mean, their goal last week was a goal that we gifted them. And I think if we play play the right way today, I think we've got a great chance to go through. You know, as the game goes on, the longer it stays 0-0, the more risks they're going to have to take. And that's going to obviously play into our hands. It's going to open the game up for us. And hopefully we can take advantage of that. But yeah, this is what it's all about, isn't it? They're big games. And the Champions League semi-final doesn't come much bigger, does it? This is going to be a brilliant, brilliant occasion. Of course, Lyon will be still wanting revenge, won't they, for what we did to them here last season in their own backyard. They won't want a repeat of that again. and I'm sure it's not going to be a similar scoreline, unfortunately, but I think we can do it. I think we can get at least a draw that we need. And who knows, maybe we can even go better than that. We know their goalkeeper looks to be mistakes. You know, she scored an own goal in this game last year very early on, which put us right back in the tie. And really, she was poor for both of our goals last week. A couple more mistakes like that would be great, wouldn't it? LG says, we've worn black in the 5-1 and 4-1 Lyon away games. Now Lyon has decided to wear black themselves. They've been taking notes. Yeah, maybe that's an interesting point, actually. They've decided to go with a different colour kit, not their traditional home colours, of course, which is sort of white as they wore last week. I don't know if this was pre-arranged, but yeah, we have worn black in the 2 times that we've won here. And we'll be in red today. But, of course, we did win in red last week, didn't we? So let's remember that. DMD's with us as well. Hey there, my friend. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's going to be a good game, this, isn't it? We know it's going to be a very, very good game against 2 very good sides. Because last week's game was a good quality game as well, wasn't it? So let's see if we can do it. No changes to the Arsenal team. Oh, no, actually, did Caitlin Ford start last week? Yeah, she did, didn't she? Caitlin Ford did start last week. Of course she did. I'm getting confused with the game in midweek now. There's so many games, one after the other at the minute. You're losing track. But no, this is the same Arsenal team that started last week, isn't it? Of course, Leah Williamson did go off. Katie McKay moved in at centre-back and Taylor Hines came on in the second half. Whether we'll see that today, whether Leah's got 90 minutes in her. Possibly, of course, 120 minutes, because there could be extra time as well, couldn't there? If, obviously, Lyon are winning by 1 goal at the end of 90 minutes. The teams are actually swapping round at the start of this game. Not sure. It's quite unusual, isn't it? But anyway, we don't mind, do we? Angie's with us saying, good to see you. Let's do this. Indeed, let's do this. That is exactly what we've got to do. We know what we need to do, don't we? We know as long as we avoid defeat here, we'll go through. I believe if we score here, we'll go through. If we score the first goal, I think we'll definitely go through. But yeah, let's just be sensible for the first 20, 25 minutes. Frustrate them, frustrate the crowd. And if we can get a chance or 2 in that opening half an hour, 20 minutes, then let's do it. And let's try and get a goal. We know the goalie, although she makes good saves, decision-making is susceptible, isn't it? Especially with balls into the box. We saw that last week. We saw that last season as well. We are just about to kick off here. Of course, Arsenal, as we said, are in red and white. Lyon are all in black. It's going to be Arsenal to kick off. We are attacking the goal to our right in this first half, which is the opposite way to we attacked last season. So Lyon, a few superstition maybe in their build up to this game, which is good. I like people that's got superstitions are sometimes weighed down by that. And hopefully we can play with a little bit more freedom. Caitlin Ford on this near side, starting on the right, actually, Caitlin Ford. And she does quite well there, but the cross is blocked and Stina's working hard up front, as she tends to do. Strange, isn't it, that she, of course, played in the same team as Renee a few years back in their early in their career. And now she's the manager. Incredible. Anyway, it is a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Very, very early stages of this second leg. Trebar says, if ever we needed a 1-0 to the Arsenal, now would be perfect. Yeah, but a draw will do us, won't it? Let's be honest. Agneta says, let's go Arsenal, indeed. Yeah, I mean, a 1-0 would be perfect. Of course, you're right. But I'll take it right now. If you offer me a draw, I would take a draw all day long. We don't need to win this game. What I want to see us do is play well, be on the front foot, not sit back. And the start, opening a couple of minutes here, we have started on the front foot, which is good. And that's what I want to see. I don't want to see us sitting back. Give Lyon something to worry about. You know, Lyon are going to have to win this game. They're going to have to score a goal, at least 1 goal as a minimum. Anyway, they are coming forward for the first time now. There's a little bit of space actually through the centre here. There's some space over on that far side. Arsenal suddenly opened up across into the box. It's going to be a goal. Oh, it's completely missed. Oh, how did that not go in? How did that not go in? I think that was Brand again. Jill Brand it was. Or was it Caitlin Ford with some great defensive work there? Either way, that was a really, really early chance there for Lyon inside the opening 2 minutes. And that would have been an absolute disaster for Arsenal. We were just opened up there. Lyon coming forward again. Johannes on this near side. That was a big, big chance. A cross comes in. It's going to be too deep, is it? Although Diani gets a head on it, she can't direct that towards goal. Well, that was a big, big moment very, very early in this game. I'm not sure whether Caitlin Ford got back and did some great defensive work there. It was a lovely ball across. In fact, it was just a complete miss kick. Was that Edda Hagerberg? It was. Completely missed her kick in front of an open goal. We was gifted an own goal in the very early stages of this game last season, which set us on our way. And we've just been gifted a real bad miss there from the Norwegian that would have given Lyon the lead today and brought them level on aggregate. And how big a moment might that prove to be in this tie? Wow, that was quite incredible, actually, wasn't it? When you look at the replay of it, she seemed to get ahead of the ball. All she had to do was just tap it in. It was an open goal. And somehow she's completely missed it. And Arsenal got away with it there. But we're coming forward now, looking to respond with Leslie Russo. Works really hard. And then she's dispossessed and then concedes the foul. Wow, that was a bit of a let off there for Arsenal, you have to say. But it just goes to show the quality Lyon have got. They just opened us up there so easily, which is a worry. But what we need to do is learn from that, close them spaces down and deny them that sort of opportunity again, because we got really open there. We didn't seem to be completely set from that free kick. And 2 or 3 passes, they got in behind over on that far side, and it was a lovely ball across, wasn't it? It really was a great ball across for, I think it was Diani with the ball in, and quite honestly, how that didn't end up in the back of the net, I do not know. But luckily it didn't. And is that going to prove to be a really key moment in this second leg? Arsenal now trying to build an attack over on that far side. The ball played into the space for Stina to chase after. She's going to get there. She does well, Stina. Really good play from her. Touches the ball back to Olivia Smith, who's actually playing over on that left-hand side. Not where we expect to see how the ball's played into Stina. Can she keep it in? Can she get the cross in? She does get the cross in. Although, does she, in fact, is it going to be a corner? Really good play there from Stina Blackstenius. Chased after that ball. It wasn't actually the best ball to her. It was running away from her, but she got there. She did keep it in. And all she could do was really try and get it across the goal, which she did. It was shuffled behind by Engen, and it is a corner to Arsenal. The first corner of the game. Leah Williams was up there, of course, scored the other night from a corner, didn't she? She'd be love to get another one here. Anyway, the corner comes in from Katie McCabe over on that far side towards the far post. The goalkeeper's gone down. It's headed back across. The shot comes in from Kim Little. It's blocked. In fact, the referee's given a foul on the goalkeeper. It looked like her own defender fouled her there. But she doesn't look comfortable at all with crosses into the box, does she? But if anything, she was fouling Kim Little. I don't know how that's a foul. Goalkeepers are so overprotected, aren't they? The Lyon player is pushing Kim Little back towards the goalkeeper. And in the end, it's her own player that she's ran into. But it's a free kick to Lyon. Incredible. Anyway, goalkeepers are overprotected, aren't they? Anyway, Caitlin Ford's working really hard down this near side to try to force an error from Lyon. The pressing that worked so well in the second half last week. And I think if we put this Lyon defence, if we press the Lyon defence, they're going to make mistakes. We've seen that. That's a really good play there, actually, from Lotta Wouber-Moy. And Emily Fox hopes that ball clear, though. But Lyon back in possession. It's a little bit scrappy, this start to this game. You have to say, Lyon had that one really good chance. Other than that, it's neither team really have settled yet, you feel. But so far, so good for us. Obviously, we'll take a 0-0 all day long. Anyway, there's a little bit of space on this near side. It's well kept in, actually. That's a really good run from Selma Basher. Good defending there from Emily Fox. I think those two are going to have quite a battle today, aren't they, on this near side. And in the end, on that particular occasion, Emily Fox came out on top. But it is a corner to Lyon. It's their first corner. Let's see what they can produce from this one. It's going to be Basher with it, actually. I don't know if she was injured last week because she started on the bench, didn't she? But she's back in the starting lineup today. The corner's dinked in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Header comes in. Oh, and it's a simple goal. It's far too simple. And Lyon score. It's Lindsay Heaps, in fact. Is the flag up? The flag is up. I don't think it's going to count. We've got away with another one here. Wow. In the opening 7 minutes, we've had 2 let-offs here. It looks like the goal's been disallowed. The flag was up over on that far side. No one seems to know why. The referee does. She's been very, very clear. She's now explaining to Wendy Renard what the decision is. I mean, I'm not too sure what's wrong with that goal, if I'm totally honest. Are they saying it's a foul? Not sure. Not sure what that was all about there. I'm not sure what that's been disallowed for. One in VAR. But the goal has been disallowed. It's been disallowed. And the referee is now speaking to the Lyon manager, maybe explaining that, well, it's the fourth official, sorry, is speaking to the Lyon manager there. In fact, I think there is a VAR check. So we're not quite sure what's happening yet. The referee's disallowed the goal and the linesman disallowed the goal. The Lyon manager is obviously very upset about it. And to be honest with you, having seen that replay, I'm not too sure what was wrong with that goal. The referee is in conversation with Wendy Renard right at the moment. And I think everybody is unsure what's going on. Lyon think they've scored. Looking at the replay, I think they've scored. There is a VAR check. I think this goal is going to stand. I've got to be honest. I don't see much wrong with it. I don't know what it was disallowed for, to be fair. But whatever it was, there didn't seem to be much in it, did there? Looks like a perfectly good goal to me. And I'll be shocked if VAR don't overrule this decision to disallow it. Let's have a look and see what's happening. We still haven't got a decision yet. This is the thing with VAR. They take too long. If they're going to get the right decision at the end of it, I suppose it's fair enough. But why are they taking so long? The goal is disallowed. The referee's decision stands. I'm not sure exactly what it's been disallowed for, but it is a free kick to Arsenal. And, I mean, you say it's a let-off. I mean, Anne says it's a big let-off. Amelia says offside. Offside. Who would have been offside there? Anyway, it has been disallowed, and I mean the referee and the linesman did seem quite clear, didn't they, at the time? Disallowed it straight away. I'll be interested to see exactly what the decision was for and why. Having seen the replay, there didn't look to be a lot wrong with it, did there? Not sure actually could have been offside. Certainly Lindsay Heaps wasn't offside. When she headed it in, was she? There were several defenders around her and the goalkeeper, so I'm not really sure. Oh, a mistake by the goalkeeper again there from end, like the far end, at the other end. But in the end, she managed to get away with that. But Arsenal have picked up possession. Well, that was a strange decision, wasn't it? There's been a few strange decisions this season in our games, for one reason or another. The Chelsea game, of course, as we know. Last week there was a couple of strange decisions as well, and there's been a slightly strange decision. I mean, we'll take it, obviously, because it's in our favour and it's done us a big favour, actually. But I'm curious to know exactly why that got disallowed. Anyway, Lyon may well be even more fired up by that injustice that they'll feel. And from what I've seen, rightly so. I mean, I think we would be absolutely devastated if that was our goal that got disallowed for that. We're going to show it again here. Oh, I see. No, I can see it now. Number 15 is Engen is in front of the goalkeeper. Yeah, and she is offside. That's fair enough, actually. I haven't seen the replay of it. Well, actually, well done, referee and linesman then. Well done, because that's actually a difficult decision to have seen, I would have thought. But they got that spot on. She was in front of the goalkeeper, impeding the goalkeeper. I think it would have been a goal anyway, but even so. Anyway, Lyon coming forward again to the edge of the 6-yard box. That cross comes in and Emily Fox is there. It's going to be another corner and Arsenal are going to have to defend this one slightly better than the last one. So it was offside. It absolutely was offside. It was Engen who was offside there in front of Daphne, and it was the right decision. So fair play. There wasn't a foul. It looked a perfectly good goal until you see from a different angle. You can see it is offside in front of the goalkeeper, and yeah, that's fair enough. It's the right decision, but we've got another corner to defend and we have to defend it better. Obviously, Wendy Renard is a big threat, isn't she, from these set pieces. Amelia says they're being shaky so far, not impressed. Well, it was obvious Lyon were going to come out up for this game. We've just got to settle in. I knew the first 20, 25 minutes were going to be tough, and they have been. And what we need to do is see this out, keep it 0-0. And then we'll grow into the game and have some chances of our own. I know that we will. It's just trying to see this difficult spell through, and it will be difficult. We knew it was going to be. You know, you're not going to have a lead to defend away to Lyon and expect it to be easy. Anyway, this corner comes in again from Selma Basher. A very similar ball this time. Arsenal do manage to just about deal with that. It was a good defensive header. I think it was Leah Williamson. But it is picked up again by Lyon on this near side. Looking to try and get level in the tyre. Cross comes back in, but that's overhit. And Daphne will grab that quite comfortably, the Arsenal goalkeeper. In great form, of course, as we know. Player of the match in a quarter-final, second leg against Chelsea when she needed to be. Anyway, there's a long ball forward here looking for Stina. She's done well, Stina. Stina's in! Stina's in! Can she? Oh, the referee's blown it back. Was it offside? Was it a foul? Oh, that could have been a big moment there for Arsenal. Not too sure it was a foul, actually. She fell over. Ashley Lawrence fell over, and that's terrible. I mean, the referee's has been involved in a few incidents already in the opening 12 and a half minutes here. Anyway, it is Lyon coming forward again. This ball up that far side. Good defending that was there from Lotta Woober-Moy. And in the end, Arsenal do clear it away with Katie McCabe. Diani, it was causing the problems over on that far side. I didn't think that was a foul by Stina there, you know. The minimum of contact. And she's gone down, Ashley Lawrence, far too easily. Because she knew she'd been beaten there. And Stina would have been in on that far side, and who knows? Who knows? It was Stina's goal that got disallowed in that second leg against Chelsea, wasn't it? That we thought had put us through a bit earlier than we was in the end. But anyway, it's Diani again over on that far side, looking lively here for Lyon. The ball's played to the edge of the penalty area, and Arsenal clear it away. Was it Emily Fox again? She's been involved defensively quite heavily in the early stages here. But we are looking shaky, I agree. We are looking shaky. But it was obvious that this was going to happen, I think. You know, Lyon are going to come out all guns blazing, and that's what they've done. All we've got to do is just say we've just got to try and see this out. Emily Fox again is being put under some pressure here. Oh, and that's a good tackle, a really good tackle inside the penalty area, and it had to be, or it would have been a penalty to Lyon, and we certainly don't want that, do we? But that was good defending there again from Emily Fox. This is where you need, isn't it? You need your big players to produce big performances. I mean, that is a great tackle, you have to say, on a dual brand. Absolutely nothing wrong with that tackle at all. And I think Lyon knew it was a clean tackle as well. But Arsenal just need to really settle down and see this spell through. We've played nearly 15 minutes, so, you know, so far so good in a sense that it's 0-0. But yeah, I don't know. Can we keep the Lyon out the way that they've started this game really positively, Lyon? But of course they're going to. They're 2-1 behind, aren't they, in their home leg? And they'll be even more fired up after what we did to them last season here, of course, in this very stadium at this very stage of the same competition. Emily Fox again does well against Brand. I think those two are going to have a battle as well, aren't they? Obviously, Selma Basher will get forward at every opportunity as well from fullback, as she's already done on a couple of occasions. Lily Johannes now for Lyon. And she's got the ball again. The youngster for Lyon plays the ball through into the penalty area. And Lotta Woober-Moy comes across and kicks the ball off of Dumornay. And it will be a goal kick to Arsenal. But again, Lyon looking dangerous every time they come forward. And Lotta did well actually there. Came off Dumornay, and it is going to be a goal kick. Good defending there, good strength, and a good tackle again inside the penalty area. Dumornay's gone down like she's been shot, trying to influence the referee to give a decision. Nedra says there, Arsenal must win. Well, no, a draw will do us. A draw will do us. But it'd be nice to win, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Anyway, it is going to be a goal kick, despite Lyon's protest. They'll be quite upset with a couple of these decisions here, but I don't think the referee's done too much wrong, apart from give that foul against Stina a few moments ago. There is a VAR check, actually, for this, for a possible penalty, in actual fact. Pretty sure it isn't. Looks like Lotta's got the ball. And as long as Lotta got a foot on the ball, as we saw last week, didn't we, when the penalty was given against Wendy Renard, as long as Lotta's got the ball there shouldn't be a problem. Has she got a touch on the ball, though? That's going to be the key issue here. Yes, I think she did get the ball. I think she did get the ball. That's clearly not a penalty, is it? But the referee's been asked to go and check the screen. Of course, this is what happened last week, isn't it? It was an Arsenal penalty that was overruled. All Lotta's got to have done is touch the ball. Or actually, when you look at the replay there, Oh, I think that's going to be given. I think this is going to be given as a penalty. I think that I don't know if Lotta's got enough of the ball. Or did she get the ball after? I'm not sure. I think this will be given as a penalty. I've got to be honest. I think it will be given as a penalty. Having seen those replays there, I mean, the replay they're showing now isn't really much help, is it? Let's be honest. It's this one here. But the referee's seen enough. I think she's going to give the penalty. Yep, she has given the penalty. I had a feeling she would. And I don't think we can really have too many complaints about that one either. So there's already been 3 or 4 really controversial decisions in this game, and you have to say the referee's probably got this right. Lotta is a little bit upset, but Lotta, when you look at the replay, mate, I don't think you got the ball. I don't think you got it cleanly enough, early enough. I think Dumornay's gone past you, and you've took her. You have. But yeah, I mean, it's you can see it's definitely a penalty. Definitely a penalty. And Lyon have got a chance here to draw a level in the tie. It's going to be Wendy Renard, of course, is a very good penalty taker, as we know. Lotta has got a yellow card as well. I'm assuming it'll be for the foul as opposed to a reaction to the penalty. Anyway, Wendy Renard has now got a chance to pull Lyon level. And this could be a big moment in this game. Can Daphne come up with a save? Wendy Renard from the spot. And Daphne saved it. Oh, brilliant save from Daphne. Oh, this is excellent stuff. And Arsenal got away with it again. We've been living on the edge here in the opening 20 minutes. And that penalty there, it wasn't a great penalty from Renard. You have to say it was not a great penalty at all. Not very well struck. Daphne read it well and made a great save. And now Arsenal on the counter-attack. Early Olivia Smith on this near side. It'll be funny if Arsenal were to get a goal straight away here. Olivia Smith inside the penalty area for Arsenal. Cuts in field, but she couldn't get the ball in. Plays it back to Emily Fox. Olivia Smith's got it again and tried to do a neat little turn, but the referee has blown her whistle. Not quite sure what's going on here. They're not going to make this penalty be retaken, are they? In fact, I think they are. I think it's going to be retaken. I think the penalty is going to be retaken because Daphne... Did she come off? Did she move off her line? Well, the referee's been the star of this game. There's no question. Did she step forward before she kicked the ball? Well, yeah, actually, when you look at the replay, she was miles off her line. She didn't need to be either, as it turned out, because it wasn't a great penalty. It was not a great penalty in actual fact. But is Wendy Renard going to take it again? As captain, she shouldn't sort of shy away from their responsibility, should she? Anyway, it's going to be taken again. The referee wants to be the star of this game. There's absolutely no doubt. Although when you look at the replays again, you have to say that's the right decision. Again, it's gone against us. But like the penalty decision, anyway, Wendy Renard is going to take this penalty again. I'm sure she'll make a better effort of it this time, you feel. Or has Daphne got into her head? Has Daphne got into her head? Was a good save. I think she's going to go the other way, opposite way to last time. She went to Daphne's left last time. What's going to happen this time? She goes the same way. Daphne goes the other way. And Lyon have scored this time. Again, it wasn't necessarily a great penalty. And had Daphne dived the same way as last time, she would have saved it. But it is a goal to Lyon. We are back level here on aggregate. It is 2-2. And it's been quite a incredible start to this game, hasn't it, really, in terms of VAR and all sorts of other stuff's gone on. And it is, though, a goal to Lyon. And Daphne went the totally wrong way that time. And Wendy Renard has slotted that one away. If she'd dived the same way as last time, she would have saved it. So the sort of head games, mind games there didn't work, did they, for Daphne? What she should have done was it's gone the same way. And Wendy Renard won that particular encounter, but I wanted to keep it 0-0 for 25 minutes. It's 22 minutes that the goal's gone in. There's going to be a whole chunk of stoppage time at the end of this first half because of all the VAR nonsense. Oh, nearly a mistake at the back from Lyon. I do think we can get a goal in this game. Of course, one goal from us will be enough. Kim Little's driving through, plays out to the far side. Caitlin Ford, can we respond instantly? The shot's deflected. Oh, and that was a shame. But I do feel as though if we can get out of this Lyon defence, we will get goals, because they don't look that solid defensively, do they, Lyon? But there's been some incredible moments of controversy already in this game. There's been goals disallowed. There's been all sorts going on. Anyway, what is this nonsense, by the way? We don't care. Bugger off, mate. So anyway, Lyon have got a throw, which Diani was a little bit aggressive there, wasn't she? Taking the ball back off Katie McCabe. Lyon are bang up for this game. Absolutely, there's no doubt. He's demonic, actually. Sorry. But anyway, it's going to be a throw. Ashley Lawrence is going to take it over on the far side. What Arsenal need to do now is just keep calm. Keep calm. Play our game. And it can stay at 1-0. That's fine. It's not the end of the world, is it? We're level on aggregate. It's absolutely fine. You know, we know one goal from us puts us back in the lead again, and we know that we can score against this team. We score against them every time we play them, and we've had one or two moments already in this game. We're not pressing at all, though, are we? We're not pressing aggressively enough, and that's been the difference. That was what turned that game last week, didn't it? When we started pressing in the second half. We haven't pressed at all yet. Anyway, Lyon back in our penalty area with Diani over on that far side, twisting and turning, trying to find her way through. She has found the ball in. The shot comes in. It's deflected into the arms of Daphne, and another Lyon attack comes to nothing. And Arsenal just, see, that's poor clearance again, and Arsenal just haven't got going in this game yet. We're not pressing, we're not passing particularly well, and it's just not happening, is it, yet? But, you know, 1-0 is 1-0, isn't it? You have to say Lyon probably deserve this lead at the moment, but we need to weather this storm, because at the moment it's one-way traffic towards the Arsenal goal. There's another chance here. The ball's pulled back into the penalty area, and it was Jewel Brand and Emily Fox there colliding inside the penalty area. It wasn't a foul, and Arsenal do get away with that. It's a poor ball forward by Olivia Smith. We're just giving it straight back to them at the moment. We really are giving it straight back to them. And we're creating a lot of problems for ourselves here. It's difficult enough playing against this team as it is without giving them the ball so easily. Anyway, luckily that ball forward wasn't great. It's going to just roll into the arms of Daphne Van Domselaar. And we just need to take a bit of a breath here and just get some of our composure back, because we just haven't passed the ball particularly well. Lyon are doing to us in this first half what we did to them in the second half last week. And we're struggling to get out of our own half, aren't we? We are coming forward now, though. This is a little bit better. Katie McCabe plays the ball forward to Leslie Russo. Stina's gone on a run. Oh, the ball's not going to reach her, is it? Oh, it has reached her. She's gone around the keeper. The angle's very, very wide. Arsenal keep possession now. It goes back to Caitlin Ford into Katie McCabe. Puts a cross in, looking for Olivia Smith. It's headed away. And as I said, the Lyon defence doesn't look that great, does it? Surely that's a free kick to Arsenal. Anyway, it's given as a free kick. Kim Little's not quite sure what's going on here. Kim Little just stood her ground. If anything, surely that's a foul on Kim Little. Has to be. But again, the Lyon defence, very, very shaky. Every time we come forward, they panic. And again, it was Wendy Reynard and the goalkeeper there. Had a bit of a mix-up, similar mix-up to what led to our goal last week, the second goal. But that time, the angle was far too tight for Stina to score from. LG says, we've started very poorly this game. Well, I think it's a mixture of Lyon starting really well, but no, we haven't got to grips with it yet at all. You're right. But looking at, you know, how a lot of our games have gone, Renee has been very good and the players have been very good at solving the problems that there are. And we've got to solve some problems here because, you know, we're just about hanging into this game. We could easily be 2 or 3 down in actual fact. Our defensive shape isn't good. There seems to be spaces all over the pitch. We're not pressing anywhere near aggressively enough. And hopefully these are things that we can put right. Are the team looking tired, maybe? Last week we said that we in the second half, Lyon were looking quite tired. We had a game in midweek, of course, although the squad was rotated. A lot of these players did play at least some part in that game. And it's a combination of games on top of one another, isn't it? And of course, we've got another game on Wednesday night. Another important game as we look to close down Man City's lead in the WSL. Of course, we need them to drop points somewhere along the way, but if we don't win our games, it doesn't matter anyway, does it? So we need to win, and we need to win on Wednesday. But let's get this game out of the way first, because this is more important at this moment in time, isn't it? And Arsenal have got to find a goal now. That ball's clipped forward by Leslie Russo. You can see what the plan is, to try to get the ball forward quickly to Stina, and she's already caused them a few issues when we, on the rare occasions that we have got forward, and we need to keep using that, don't we? Anyway, Daphne's long ball over on that far side. Looking for Caitlin Ford. In fact, she's going to pick the ball up. It was a mistake there by Lyon. Caitlin's done well. She had a good game last week, didn't she, Caitlin Ford? And now Arsenal with a little bit of space with Leslie Russo. Does well. Touches it off to Kim Little. To where we need our big players now to stand up and be counted and show exactly what we're all about. Mariona Caldente then just gave the ball away to Wendy Renard, the Lyon captain, who played a captain's role there, took 2 penalties and scored the second one. And that's what a captain's responsibility is. That's what a captain should do. She did her job well. Anyway, Arsenal just kicked the ball out for a throw to Lyon over on that far side. I'm wondering why they're playing Caitlin Ford on the left. Olivia Smith's better on the left for me. I don't know why they can't maybe switch them over. Maybe they will later. But anyway, I know Caitlin Ford tends to play on the left, but Livy Smith has had most of her better performances on that left-hand side, hasn't she? Anyway, it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Caitlin Ford was just fouled, actually, over on that far side. And it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Of course, it was set a piece last week, wasn't it? They got us the equaliser. Mariona's ball caused confusion, led to the own goal. Are we going to see something similar this time, or can we score a goal of our own? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Nice ball into the box and a good header. That would be nice to see, wouldn't it? Anyway, Katie McCabe now walks away. So it is going to be Mariona. Ball in towards the... Oh, it's just overhit. That's poor. That is really, really poor, actually, from Mariona. And that kind of sums up where we are at the moment in this game. We've played 30 minutes. We wanted to get to 30 minutes, didn't we? I was hoping that we'd get to 30 minutes at 0-0. And then we could have started to grow into the game. That hasn't quite happened. But despite our problems, it is still only 1-0. And to be fair, we seem to have stemmed the flow of Lyon attacks briefly anyway in the last 5 minutes. But they are coming forward again. But that ball's overhit as well. And that's going to run behind for a throw to Arsenal over in that bottom left-hand corner. Diani was never going to get that ball from Jewel Brand. It's going to be Katie McCabe with this throw. A few Lyon subs are warming up. I'm sure we're making any subs quite yet. Anyway, Arsenal now looking to try and come forward, but we've been out-battled in midfield again. They've been much more physical than us, and we need to get to grips with this like we did last week. Oh, we've just lost the ball again. We're just losing out 50-50 challenges. That was Kim Little that time. The cross comes in. Lotso Wubermoy heads it away, but again, they win the ball, and that's another foul, and it's... Oh, is she giving a free kick to Arsenal? It was Lindsay Heaps there. Or is that a free kick outside the box? I mean, Arsenal are being bullied in this game now, you have to say. Lotta headed that away. Oh, it must have been... Oh, was that for a dive? Because it was a bit of a dive, actually, there. Although, to be fair, VAR might have given that, you know. Anyway, we got the free kick. There wasn't much contact, but we've seen them given, haven't we? Arsenal now trying to get Olivia Smith in on this near side. The ball doesn't reach her. Picked up, though, by Leslie Russo. But we're second to everything here. We are second to everything. And Lyon, again, are coming forward. That's a ball over the top, overhit. And it's going to run through to Daphne. We need to get a grip of this game. We're certainly being bullied a little bit here. And we need to fix these problems. Anyway, now Olivia Smith can have a little run. Plays the ball up this near side to Emily Fox. Gives it back to Olivia Smith again. Oh, she's done well. Oh, actually, it was a good tackle. I thought Olivia Smith had just nipped round it in. Mate, you're an idiot, honestly. None of these games have been played yet, so hold your fire. Anyway, it's a throw over on that far side to Katie McCabe. And she throws it back to Lotta Wubenmoy, just outside the centre circle, plays it square to Leah Williamson. Now it's with Mariona Caldente. Finds Emily Fox, now plays it up this wing to Olivia Smith. Again, we're just bullied off the ball. Referee's not giving a free kick. It's just, they're just stronger than us. They are just stronger than us. That ball played through there. Lotta covers it well. And now it's with Leah Williamson. And Arsenal now trying to... I mean, it's been a little bit better, hasn't it, the last 5 minutes? Slightly better, but, I mean, we're still not really stringing 2 or 3 good passes together, are we? And as soon as we get the ball, it's the Lyon press that's killing us, as our press did to them last week. We just seem to be lacking a little bit of energy. We're not pressing at all, and Lyon are just passing it around us. And this is not the way to get through to a Champions League final, I'm afraid. We're going to have to start playing a lot better than this. Anyway, we've got the ball now. In fact, we haven't got the ball now. Just ran underneath Stina's foot there, took her eye off it. And Arsenal really do need to keep the ball better than we have done. There's a long ball there, pinged out to that far side, looking for Diani. Good touch. Running at that Arsenal defence again. Diani cuts inside. She's done well. Plays the ball across that far side. Across comes in. Dangerous ball again. No Lyon player could get on the end of it. And Arsenal living a bit dangerously here. Selma Basher puts a cross in. It's deflected off Olivia Smith. And it is going to be a corner to Lyon. They are well on top in this game now, aren't they? And you do sense that Arsenal just need to try and hang on here. That was a great ball across the box, actually, wasn't it? A really, really decent cross in there. And in the end, it's gone behind for a corner. And it's going to be Brand to take it. The German, of course, scored in the first leg. Don't forget, Lyon have had a goal disallowed and they've had a penalty retaken and scored the second time around. Arsenal haven't really threatened at all, you have to say. Anyway, it's this corner again. It was a corner, of course, originally. Comes in towards the near post. It goes all the way across the goal. And it's put in at the far post by Ashley Lawrence. No, by Diani, sorry. And again, Arsenal cannot defend a corner. We cannot defend a corner. And Lyon are now 2-0 up. They've gone ahead on aggregate. And that was poor defending again, you have to say. And Arsenal look as though we're heading out unless we can find something somewhere here. It is now 3-2 to Lyon on aggregate. And says they're getting punished now. Yeah, we just haven't been strong enough at all, have we? We just have not been strong enough. And Lyon quite deservedly are 2-0 up. That corner right across the goal. It went all the way across to the far post. Who's picking Diani up there? Nobody. Nobody's picking her up. That's awful defending there. What we're doing, I don't know. Kim Little lost her initially. I don't know who the second player it was that didn't really do enough either. Well, that wasn't her player, to be fair. Leslie Russo, I think it might have been. But that's a simple goal, far too simple. And Arsenal now are in a little bit of trouble here. It is Lyon 2, Arsenal 0 on the day. That is Lyon 3, Arsenal 2 on aggregate. Of course, it's not disastrous yet, is it? We're still only 1 goal away from getting ourselves back into it, but we're just not playing very well enough. That's the problem. We've been under pressure from the start. LG says, Jorgo Stina didn't trap a simple ball, which led to the corner, which led to the goal. Yeah, no, but let's face it, we didn't defend that corner well, did we? That's the problem. Kim Little didn't track her player. And yes, that was poor play. But to be honest, that's in the Lyon half of the pitch. If you're going to lose the ball in the Lyon half of the pitch. We've got all that time to defend it better, and we didn't. I'm not saying Stina shouldn't have done better, because she should have done, but there was plenty of chances to defend that a lot better than we did. Kim Little completely lost the irony there. I don't know what Leslie Russo was doing either. She was completely caught out. To be fair, it wasn't really her player. It's Kim Little's player. She should have done better. Agneta says, I guess I don't go to Oslo. Don't rule it out yet. There's still plenty of time left in this game. We're only 1 goal behind. We've come back from worse situations than this, haven't we? Let's be honest. You can't see it happening right now because of how we're playing. But football's a strange game, isn't it? It just takes one moment to shift momentum. You know, we saw what happened last week in the second half. You know, Lyon were ahead at half-time and we found a way to come back. And there's nothing to suggest at the minute we can't maybe do the same again. Why not? They have been very aggressive, Lyon, haven't they? That's been the problem that we haven't quite come to terms with. And that's what we need. That's the problem that we need to solve, isn't it, right now? We need to match their aggression. We've played 38 and a half minutes here. It's been a really difficult 38 and a half minutes for Arsenal, there's no doubt. But we have had 1 or 2 moments. You do feel when we come forward that we can create some problems, and we might do here. But again, that was Leslie Russo that time, couldn't get hold of that ball. And when we do come forward, you do feel as though we could create some chances. Olivia Smith does really well there. But again, Selma Basher's far too aggressive, wins the ball back. And that's been the story of this first half. Mariona now decides to get involved. The referee's given a free kick. Wow. Didn't really think that was much of a foul at all there, was it, by Mariona? But anyway, the referees decided to give it. Not much is going Arsenal's way in this first half here in France. Lyon have turned this tie around, but there's still a long way to go. There is still a long way to go. We're only 1 goal behind. As I say, we have come back from far, far worse situations than this, haven't we? Let's be honest. And we can still do this. We're just going to have to start playing a lot better. Anyway, Selma Bash is going to take this free kick on this near side, goes towards the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. In fact, it goes into the Arsenal penalty area. No one gets a touch. And it's going to be is it a free kick? Leslie Russo's gone down. Might just be a goal kick, actually. Not too sure what the referee's given here. Free kick, I think. Yeah, I think it was a free kick. Anyway, Leslie's okay, which is the main thing, and Arsenal have taken it quickly, maybe a little bit too quickly. We're trying to play it out from the back. It didn't look particularly safe there. We've given the ball away again, but actually Caitlin Ford's done well to win it back. But again, it's a mistake from Kim Little. This is one game where Kim Little actually starting to look her age. You have to say in this first half, she's been completely rattled. She's been bullied, and she can't even get that ball under control. Not a great first half from Kim Little, you have to say. You know, Mariona now tries to get that ball through, looking for Stina, cleared away. Although Arsenal won it back. Mariona now on this near side. Is this going to be better from Arsenal? But again, Mariona just gives it straight to a Lyon player. That was Lindsay Heaps that time. And Arsenal just cannot keep the ball. Cannot keep the ball at all. And quite honestly, we've got to be better than this. We've got to be better than this. Lyon now just playing it around, almost toying with us now on this near side. Of course, they've done what they needed to do. They now don't need to score another goal. The onus is now on us, because we do have to score now. Or we are going out. And the brave run of the holders will be coming to an end unless we can find a goal. 42 minutes on the clock. There's going to be a bit of a chunk of stoppage time at the end of this first half, isn't there? Because of the VAR. There's been 2 big VAR checks in this first half. One for the first goal for Lyon that got disallowed. And then, of course, well, actually, no, there's 3 because there was a penalty And then, of course, the retaking of the penalty, I suppose, as well. So there's going to be a bit of stuff somewhere. Lyon coming forward again. If they score a third goal here, it could be all over. But that shot straight into the arms of Daphne Van Domselaar, that was De Mornay. She's made a difference for Lyon. Of course, she didn't start the game last week. I'm not sure whether she was injured as well, but she certainly caused some problems in this first half, as she did in last season's semi-final for us as well. Very good play. And again, Arsenal been bullied off the ball. And now it's on the edge of the box with Hedderberg. Plays it square to Johannes. That's a lovely pirouette. The shot comes in. Leah Williamson's in the way. And Arsenal just giving the ball away far, far too cheaply. Really, really poor. And it's been the story of this first half. Yes, Lyon have played well. They have. They've been aggressive. They've been positive. And Arsenal just have not got going at all. Anyway, Mariona was there, fouled by Hedderberg. Arsenal looked quite leggy, you have to say, in this first half here. I mean, that's not really a foul, is it? I think Hedderberg's won the ball. Anyway, lots of Ruben Moyes got out-muscled there by De Mornay, which led to that chance a few moments ago. And that was a lovely turn there from Johannes, but Leah Williamson was in the way. Terry says, after Richard Hall in the chat, told you Rene is Arteta. Yeah, but there's plenty of time left yet. We haven't quite done an Arteta bottle job quite yet, have we? Not yet. It's not far away, but not yet. Anyway, Arsenal now trying to come forward. This ball up this near side again. Now it's easily read and cut out. We cannot string two passes together, can we? We just cannot string two passes together. Olivia Smith's gone down again. Again, she's took a bit of a battering in this first half. We don't really have a lot of options. I mean, Chloe Kelly, how many minutes Chloe Kelly's got in her, I'm not sure. See, that looked like a little bit of a foul, actually. Selma Basher's a very aggressive player, isn't she? Anyway, we're into the last 30 seconds of normal time at the end of this first half. There will be a chunk of stoppage time. I reckon there's going to be at least 5 or 6 minutes because of all the VAR nonsense that's gone on. But we're just about to find out exactly what the stoppage time is. That ball's thrown forward up this near side, but again, Arsenal just can't get hold of the ball. Just cannot get hold of the ball. Oh, Lyon have given it away now to Emily Fox. Now finds Olivia Smith. Mariona, Olivia Smith again. Again, though, she's just out-muscled and out-fought and then gives away a free kick. We've been very, very naive in this game, in this first half. Really, really naive we've been. You know, Lyon have been aggressive and we've just tried to retaliate and all we're doing is giving away free kicks because we're just not clever enough. Just not been clever enough. And again, that's another free kick. If it's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time, yeah, I suppose 5 minutes is probably about right, isn't it? I suppose in the overall scheme of things, but I think we need half time to come actually, so we can regroup, we can put a few things right, make a couple of little adjustments tactically, potentially, to see if we can find a way back into this game. We just need to press them much more aggressively, which is what we were doing last week, but for some reason we haven't done it at all in this first half, have we? We've not pressed them at all. Anyway, oh, they're coming forward here. There's a chance inside the box. Oh, that was a really poor touch there from De Mornay, I think it was. Otherwise, she would have been in. Unusually for her, when that ball broke there to De Mornay, you felt a better touch there and she's in. It was actually quite strong defending in actual fact from Caitlin Ford. What's she doing there? But she did a great job, actually. And we've played nearly 2 minutes of stoppage time. And this time, Lyon do give away a free kick. Lindsay Heaps, a very aggressive player at the best of times, a little bit too aggressive there on Kim Little. And I think now we just need half time to come so that the girls can regroup And I say make 1 or 2 adjustments for the second half, like we did last week. To be fair, we were in a similar position at half-time last week, 1 goal behind, and we found a way. And we need to find a way now. Doesn't look likely at the moment, but football, I say, can change quite quickly. It really can change quite quickly. It just takes one moment, doesn't it, to swing the momentum. And maybe we can get that moment in the final few minutes here before half-time. We've got another throw, have we, over on that far side? No, we haven't. That's gone to Lyon. And again, Arsenal just can't keep hold of the ball. So poor, this really is poor. You know, that ball pinged over to the far side to Diani again, score that second goal, whips a cross in. It's going to come all the way to this far side to Hedderberg. And in fact, there's a free kick there. Leah Williamson's gone down inside the 6-yard box. I'm not too sure what happened there, you know. It was Demornay was the Lyon player involved. Leah Williamson saying that she got something in her face there, a hand in her face maybe. Oh, she's saying she was scratched. Demornay didn't look very impressed. Terry says, if we go out, she needs to be set. Can't you wait until we've thrown away the league as well first? Just in case we win that. Anyway, the ball's gone out for a throw over on that far side to Arsenal. We're in the last minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half, which has been a really, really difficult first half for Arsenal, you have to say. But we're only 1 goal behind, and maybe this is a chance here. Leslie Russo's coming forward for Arsenal on the edge of the box, runs into the penalty area, but she's tackled. It's going to be a corner, and are Arsenal going to get a chance here to equalise in the tie here before half-time? Leslie Russo there decided to take it on herself. And Ashley Lawrence it was, put that behind for a corner. This will be the last chance of this first half for Arsenal. And if we get a goal now, wouldn't that be nice to put an end to this difficult first half in a more positive way? And maybe that will change the total complexion of this tie. Leah and Lotta are both in there. Can both score goals from set pieces. Of course, Leah got one the other night, as we said. She's loitering around again. The referee's not happy again about something. So this corner's just been delayed slightly, but Katie McCabe is going to take it. Can we get a goal now? So important it could be. Katie McCabe's corner wasn't a great corner. And Leah Williamson's header has only fallen to Lyon, and they look for a counter-attack with Diani. Holds on to the ball maybe a little bit too long, crowded out. And in the end, Arsenal do win it back. But there goes the half-time whistle. It has been a really, really, really difficult first half from Arsenal, you have to say. We never really got to grips with Lyon's aggression, with Lyon's press, with Lyon's set pieces. And at half-time, it is Lyon 2, Arsenal 0. That is 3-2 to Lyon on aggregate. Yes, it is only half-time. We've still got a chance to turn this around, but we're going to have to make some serious changes, aren't we, to the way we've played. We just need to match their aggression. We've got to pass the ball better as well. That hasn't been great at all, has it? I mean, Lyon had already had a goal disallowed for offside when the penalty was given by VAR. The referee initially didn't give it for Lotta's tackle on Demornay. VAR made her go to the screen. She overruled that decision, gave the penalty, which actually Daphne saved from Wendy Renard, but she'd moved off her line before the kick. Again, VAR confirmed that was the correct decision. And the second penalty, Wendy Renard did stick away. Arsenal had a little bit of a better spell, actually, midway through that first half, but didn't really create anything, didn't really string enough passes together. And then Lyon got the second goal. It was a corner, poor defending at the far post. And it was that Diani got the finish to put Lyon 2-0 up on the day and 3-2 up on aggregate. But it is only half-time. It is only half-time. So let's see. Let's see what happens. LG says, these are the consequences of not having a proper number 6. We saw that at Bayern away. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the problems, but we've known that for a long time anyway. So, you know, it's something that might be sorted out. Top Shelf says, you're right, passing has been very poor. It has. Yes, absolutely. Agneta says, Terry, you are wrong about Rene. Well, we're going to find out. What we're going to find out now is not only what Rene's about in this half-time, but also what this team's about, because we've got to find something in this second half, haven't we? We've got to come back in the same way we did last week, in the same way we did last year, and we've got to find at least one goal in the second half, possibly two. Well, two to go through, but obviously it would be extra time, of course, if we do get one goal. But the main problem is going to be trying to stop Lyon from getting another one, really, isn't it? That seems to be the issue. They're showing a penalty again. I mean, I don't know, she did kind of get the ball, but no, I think that was the correct decision. Anyway, that is half time and not good enough, nowhere near good enough, actually. Anyway, right, I will be back very, very shortly. Just need to go and get myself a drink, and we'll be back for the second half. Hopefully it'll be a much better second half, won't it? But let's see. Hi, welcome back to the second half. It's just started, actually. Hopefully Arsenal can play a little bit better than we did in that first half, because we certainly need to, don't we? There's been a few comments. LG said, Kim is playing like a 36-year-old, forgot she's actually turning 36. Yeah, exactly. She's looked like a 36-year-old in that first half, didn't she? On the move says, we'll go through, be positive, but I hope you're right. Top Shell says, seems like they are leaving the right side open. Yeah. Joe says, I think we need Hines on for McCabe. Yeah, possibly. And Smeller on for Ford. That says there. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Where are we? So not too much has changed by the look of things. We've played about 3 or 4 minutes of this second half. Olivia Smith's gone down after another knock, so nothing's changed there. She spent the whole of the first half getting absolutely battered. And Arsenal got a free kick. No changes at half-time, but you've got to say, we don't have the options on the bench that Lyon do, and that's a worry, isn't it? Yes, injuries have played a part in that, but when you look how many players actually are missing, Beth Mead is obviously missing. Who else is actually injured at the moment? The squad does look very light, doesn't it? See, I'm trying to think who else is injured. Obviously, we know Beth Mead's not here. Obviously, Kyra, Cooney Cross, again, personal reason. I mean, a free kick down the side. It's going to be a moment for Arsenal. Oh, it's across the 6-yard box. Was that Leslie Russo there? In fact, it was offside anyway. And nobody could get a touch on that anyway. Looked like it was offside. See, a clever free kick. That's clever, that, isn't it? That's a clever free kick. Was Leslie Russo actually offside? She's nowhere near offside. Who are they giving offside against? Oh, I see, Caitlin Ford. Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Ford would have been offside had she scored. But she couldn't get on the end of it anyway. But Arsenal now aggressively win the ball back. This is better. Now we're coming forward here on this near side. This is a good run, actually. Oh, surely you should go down there less. And that's a penalty. And it's a corner instead. And that's more like it from Arsenal. Much more aggressive. It's what we need. Gunnar for Life says, Achipong, you mean Ajimang, but yeah, she was on loan anyway. She was injured. She's been injured, but she was out on loan anyway. So I doubt she would have been able to play in this tournament anyway, because she probably wouldn't have been registered, having been on loan at Brighton. So anyway, this corner coming in for Arsenal on this near side. Can we get a goal here? Katie McCabe is going to take this corner. They haven't been great so far, our corners, have they? This one towards the far post, and it's gone too far. It's pulled back in again. Did Mariona keep that in? Nobody could get on the end of it again. But this is a much better start to the second half, this from Arsenal. Whatever's happened at half-time's obviously worked. But this is a danger on the counter-attack. Great defending there by Olivia Smith, who's been fouled again. Honestly, Olivia Smith must be fouled 100 times in every single match that she plays. Incredible. And she was fouled there by De Mornay. Can't have too many complaints about that. Anyway, much better start to the second half from Arsenal. Much, much better. Caitlin Ford. Is this going to be similar story to last week, where we were a goal down at half-time? I mean, technically today we're 2 goals down at half-time, but only 1 on aggregate overall. And we turned it around with a much more aggressive second half performance. Certainly been the way we've started this second half as well. On the front foot, we're coming forward again. Mariona up this near side. Katie McCabe, can she get the ball into the box? She does. Caitlin Ford turns away from a defender, gets a cross in, headed away by Engen. But this is so much better from Arsenal already. Already in the first, 8 or 9 minutes of this second half, we've played much, much better than we did in the whole of the first half put together. This is a response that you want to see, don't you? This is the response that we were looking for. Now, can we make it count with a goal? Caitlin Ford on the turn there, plays the ball into the box, and again, that's good defending from Lyon there. But this is so much better from Arsenal already. Mariona's getting on the ball in more dangerous areas now, isn't she? Starting to make us tick. But we still need a goal, let's remember. At least one goal, take it to extra time. And of course, 2 goals like we got in the second half last week would send us through. And it's still possible. It is still possible anyway, not if Lyon can get another goal here. You do feel if Lyon score a 3rd goal today, that will be all over for us. That cross comes into the box. It's cleared away, not very far, only as far as Johannes on the edge of the box, chips it back into the box again. That's an easier header from Lotta. Doesn't really get enough power or direction on it. And again, this cross comes into the box, and a little flick at the near post from Katie McCabe made a big difference there. So over the far side, Selma Basher plays it back to Johannes, and now Lyon are having a spell. And Arsenal have got to be solid here. That ball was chipped forward by De Mornay looking for Diani, but she couldn't get it under control. It's gone out for a goal kick. De Mornay certainly made a big difference, you have to say, for Lyon in this second leg. She is such a good player, clever, strong, quick. And although she hasn't scored in this second leg, she's certainly been a key player for Lyon, you have to say. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? They've obviously decided that they can press Kim Little, and it's working because Kim is just not getting in this game at all. As soon as she gets the ball, they are on her straight away, not allowing her chance to pass the ball and running into trouble. She does win a free kick there. But anyway, a shot from distance there quite comfortably in the end for Daphne. But as long as it stays at 2-0, we're still in this game. I say you do feel a 3rd goal for Lyon is going to be enough to send them into the final. The next goal is going to be the one that may well go a long way to deciding this semi-final. If Arsenal get it, momentum shift will be back with us again. And then hopefully we can push on. Obviously, if Lyon score the next one and go 3-0 up on the day and 4-2 on aggregate, you do feel that we won't come back from that. We've come back from a few dodgy situations, haven't we, in the last year or two, but you feel that would be a step too far. So we do need the next goal. Are we going to get it here? Leslie Russo plays it to Mariona. She did get a great goal at that very end of the field, at the very end of the ground last year, if you remember. She couldn't get her shot away there, but we're coming forward again over on that far side with Olivia Smith. Played it back to Emily Fox, gets it back again, Livy Smith. And Arsenal haven't even had a shot on target, and we're not going to now because that's going to run out of play for a goal kick. We need something. But it's been a much better start to the second half anyway. We've got to say that. Going for Live says, time for Chloe Kelly to come on. I think it depends on her fitness, how many minutes she's got in her. Because what we don't want to do is, bearing in mind, this game could still go to extra time should we get a goal. You know, how many minutes has Chloe Kelly got in her? I would be maybe leave it a little bit later. There's no panic yet, is there? There's no panic. Yes, we need a goal, but we don't need to score it right now. It's only 57 minutes. We've got plenty of time. And I would maybe hang fire on Chloe Kelly just a little bit longer and see how this second half pans out. But it's been a much, much better second half so far. It's what we wanted to see, a response to that awful performance in that first half. Like last week, we've come out in the second half much brighter, much more aggressive. And yes, okay, Lyon now are sitting a little bit deeper. They don't need to score a goal now, do they? They're ahead. But that's a dangerous tactic against Arsenal because we have got the quality to score. We generally score in most games, don't we? Anyway, Caitlin Ford now driving forward. Great run from her. Tries to chip the ball forward to Stina Blackstenius. Tries a shot. Oh, it's hit the post. Oh, it's Leslie Russo, sorry. It's hit the post. Oh, and in fact, I think the offside flag was up anyway. Or was it Stina? That was a great effort, whoever it was anyway. I think there may have been an offside. Yes, she was offside just in the build-up there. I mean, what a strike that is. Strikes the post, beats the keeper. Wow. It wouldn't have counted as it turned out anyway, which would have been unfortunate, but a bright moment, though, for Arsenal, and that's good. We need a few more. That's our first shot at goal, I think, really, isn't it? So we need to keep trying. Oh, lovely play from Leslie Russo. Caitlin Ford's got some space on this near side. What can she do? Can she get the cross in? Cuts in field. Maybe should have crossed it a little bit earlier. Again, maybe her decision-making in that final third. Katie McCabe does put the cross in. It's going to reach Olivia Smith inside the penalty area. She stabs the ball forward. It's hit the post again. And Arsenal just cannot get the ball in the net. And it's going to be a free kick now to Lyon. Stina Blackstenius trying to get herself in there. That was Livy Smith there. Caitlin Ford looked as though she'd done too much. The cross came in. It fell to Livy Smith there. Lovely feet inside the penalty area. She just stabbed it forward. It's hit the post. And then in the end, it was a foul given against Stina on the follow-up. But wow. Just stabbed that forward, actually. And the goalkeeper, again, was struggling to get there. And we've hit the post twice in the last minute. Couple of minutes here. In fact, if Stina hadn't fouled the defender, she would have got a penalty there because she was certainly fouled afterwards. Anyway, Lyon are making a couple of subs here. Schrader's one of them coming. I can't see the other one yet. Oh, and there's a mistake by Lotta. There's a mistake by Lotta, but Hederberg there rushed her shot. Luckily, couldn't get it right. It's gone wide. Terrible header there from Lotta, actually. Almost put us under pressure there. It was Hederberg there. She had a little bit more time maybe than she realised. Completely scuffed her shot. And that would have been a disaster after a really good response from Arsenal since half-time. Hitting a post there. Kim Little, that's much better from her. Strong, wins the ball back. Well, she's now running around in circles, going backwards. Anyway, Arsenal did manage to get out of that particular problem, but we've hit the post twice in this second half now. We've played an hour here in Lyon. It is Lyon 2, Arsenal 0 on the day, but 3-2 to Lyon on aggregate. So Arsenal do need a goal. And it needs to be the next goal in this game, you feel. I said last night, I thought one goal would be enough to send us through, and it won't be now. But if we don't get one goal, we're going out. So we do need to score, don't we? And then go from there. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward now, or trying to come forward now. But again, that's a poor ball. Actually, we've given it away. Diani picks it up. Their aggression and their pace is causing us problems. Now it's with De Mornay. She's going to run past Kim Little. Leah Williamson comes across, and Emily Fox was on the cover there and scoops the ball clear. And you can see the problem we've got here on the counter-attack. Lyon have got a lot more pace than us. Our defence looks a little bit flat-footed. Although Leah Williamson did quite well to get back there. Anyway, it's going to be a Katoto is coming on and Schrader for Lyon. And it's going to be Johannes and you'd imagine Hederberg to go off. And Lyon freshening things up. They've got a lot more options on the bench than we have. We're going to have to do most of this with this 11 that started the game. And they're capable of it, aren't they? Let's be honest. But anyway, so Johannes has gone off and Schrader's come on. And Katoto's come on. And I didn't see who else went off. Oh, it was Hederberg, obviously. Didn't have much impact at all, did she? The Norwegian. Very experienced player, but you feel her best days are definitely behind her now. Anyway, Lyon now coming forward. Seeing if their substitutes can make the impact that their manager's going to hope for. Although sometimes when you bring some subs on, it can slightly disrupt your flow for a few minutes, can't it? Maybe we need to try and take advantage of that. But we can't have too many complaints about the way we've set out in this second half. We've been a lot stronger. We've played well. We've had some chances finally. We've got close to a goal, but not quite managed it yet. But we've certainly given ourselves some hope, haven't we, that we can find a way back into this game in the second half. So there's almost a break on here inside the centre circle. Looked like a foul on Steiner, actually, but the ref said no. And Lyon can try and bring the ball forward again. Up this near side with Diani. Been a constant threat, hasn't she? Plays it in to De Mornay. Cross comes in and Daphne gets there first, as she had to. This is always going to be a danger for Arsenal, isn't it? Lyon on the counter-attack. We're going to have to take risks. We need to score a goal. And inevitably, it's going to lead to some chances on the counter-attack, isn't it, for Lyon? We know that. We just got to hopefully deal with them a bit better. Anyway, Caitlin Fall's trying to wriggle her way clear on this near side. Cleared away, though, by Lyon. And the ball's going to run all the way through to Daphne. 64 minutes, so we're coming up to the midway point in this second half. It's been better from Arsenal. But we still don't really look like we're going to get the goal, do we, that we need to get ourselves level in this tie. And hopefully we can build on that and go on and get the second goal and win and go through. Well, draw today and go through. Seem to remember in the semi-final away there a couple of years ago, away at Wolfsburg, we were 2-0 down and came back, didn't we? Drew 2-2, if you remember, before losing at home, of course, in extra time. They also go forward now. Caitlin Ford tried to run through 2 or 3 defenders. Oh, and they've given it away. Katie McCabe. Oh, not really a great ball, was it? Chipped in towards the run there of Caitlin Ford, but it went all the way across. And it's going to go out over on that far side. No, it isn't. Lyon have actually given it away. Emily Fox now. It's into the box. A bit of space. Oh, it was drilled in there by Leslie Russo, I think it was. Or was it Steiner again? Them two look quite similar, don't they? With their blonde ponytails. Take up similar positions on the pitch as well. Anyway, Mariona now. Can Arsenal find a goal? Chips the ball over the top. It's not a bad ball, actually. Headed away, though, by England. And suddenly Arsenal trying to press higher up the pitch now. And that's good defending there from Emily Fox, actually, on Jill Brand. And now Arsenal looking to come forward. Looked like a foul. In fact, it could have been 2 fouls there, but the referee says no. She's quite happy, isn't she, for aggression in this game. Not given many fouls for stuff that quite often you see given as fouls. Anyway, Arsenal still in possession, but we just give the ball away there. And it's going to be a throw to Lyon. Is Renee thinking of some substitutions now? Coming down towards the last, well, we're in the last 25 minutes. We need a goal. Chloe Kelly, Smilla Holmberg are the 2 options, really, you feel. Frida Marnham, potentially. She does pop up with important goals. Got a couple the other night, of course. They're our best options if we're looking for a goal. Anyway, it might be unnecessary here because Diani is coming forward on this near side for Lyon. Cuts inside, plays it back to the edge of the penalty. Shot comes in. Wasn't very well struck, actually, by Heaps. And now Arsenal maybe look for a counter-attack of their own, but not for long. Good defending there by Selma Basher, who's made a difference, actually, you have to say, for Lyon as well. And they just regroup now, the French side. Just trying to take a little bit of sting out of Arsenal's aggressive start to this second half. Coming forward now, though, Lyon. As I said, they know a 3rd goal here would probably be the deal breaker in this semi-final, but that's run behind for a goal kick. And you have to say in that first half, the big players for Lyon stepped up, didn't they? Diani, De Mornay, both played well. Basher had a great first half. Heaps as well, but Arsenal have been heaps better in this second half. And they just won a free kick. Leslie Russo dropping deeper to try and get the ball. It was Lindsay Heaps again with that foul, actually. She's quite lucky not to have got a yellow card in this game. The American. They do play a very aggressive game, don't they, the Americans? Obviously, Emily Fox for us, as we've seen, does the same way. Chloe Kelly is currently sitting on the bench, not even warming up at the moment, so it doesn't look like she's likely to come on anytime soon. So we don't know how fit she is. We don't know how many minutes she's got in her. It's going to get to a point where it's worth taking a risk, isn't it, with her, quite honestly. It's worth getting her on and risking a potential injury or whatever. I don't know. I would certainly do that if we haven't scored in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Anyway, Lotta's just kicked the ball straight out. She wanted a bit more movement there from Emily Fox over on that far side. It's just going to be a throw now to Lyon. 21.5 minutes to play in this. And now the subs are coming on. It's going to be Vicky Pelova and Smilla Holmberg that is coming on. And Olivia Smith's going off. She's just took an absolute battering, hasn't she? And now we're going to see Smilla Holmberg down that right-hand side. She's going to make a difference. There's no question about that. Vicky Pelova's coming on as well. You imagine it's probably going to be for Kim Little, who's... Oh, Mariona. Wow. I mean, it wasn't a great game for Mariona, but would you take Mariona off and put Pelova on when you need a goal? Is Mariona 100% fit? We don't know these things, do we? It's difficult to say. It wasn't a great game for Mariona, really, overall, but she's a player that's capable of doing something special in these moments. So unless she's got an injury, I would be very, very surprised. I'm very, very surprised to see that substitution, actually, unless she has got an injury. We don't know at this stage. But anyway, Vicky Pelova's on. Unless maybe Renee feels that Vicky Pelova gives a little bit more defensive stability in that midfield. Just as we say that, she's given away a free kick and got a yellow card straight after coming on. That's not what we needed. I mean, we do need a bit more aggression in there, but to get a yellow card 20 seconds after coming on is not ideal, is it? I mean, it was an unnecessary tackle, really, wasn't it? On De Mornay. You're never going to give anything other than on Katota, sorry. It's always going to give away a free kick there. Maybe the yellow card's a bit harsh when she's just come on, but anyway. Didn't really look that much like a yellow card foul, did it? Anyway, header comes in there, but Daphne's come and got that. So Renee's shown her first hand here with the 2 substitutions. Obviously, Holmberg is the exciting one. You know she can drive forward, get balls into the box. She's got to start doing that very, very quickly in this game. We've got 20 minutes to try and save our Champions League season, 20 minutes to try and keep our hands on this trophy for a little bit longer. But to do that, we are going to have to score a goal. So there's a bit of space in the middle there, but that's a poor touch. Not sure who that was, actually. Vicky Pelova, I think it was again. But Arsenal have won the ball back. We'll get to try again. This is Katie McCabe. Plays it forward. That's a lovely turn, actually, from Leslie Russo. Now she's found Katie McCabe on this near side. Can she get Katie full side? It's a good cross into the box. Cleared away, though, by Lyon. And Caitlin Fall's trying to do a press inside the penalty, but Lyon do clear it long. And Lotta Wubermoy is there and actually done quite well and has won the throw. 71.5 minutes on the clock. Arsenal need a goal. We need to find one fairly shortly, I would imagine, if we could have time to go on and try and win it in normal time. Katie McCabe now tries to get across. It's deflected. It's going to fall here to Vicky Pelova. Tries a shot from distance straight at the goalkeeper, but we finally at least had a shot on target. We've hit the post a couple of times in this second half, and at least Vicky Pelova was prepared to have a shot there. It maybe fell to the wrong player. Maybe it would have been better if that had fell to Mariona while she was still on the pitch, because that's exactly the same position that she did score from into that very same goal last year, wasn't it? And I'm sure she would have maybe made a better effort. Anyway, currently there's a Lyon player injured, which I think might be De Mornay. No, it's not. It's Katota, actually, who's just come on. So we're going to have a little bit of a hold up here. And it might give Arsenal a little bit of time just to try can turn this around, find a goal, and hopefully keep ourselves in the Champions League. Actually, it's Diani that's gone down. Looks like this could be an injury that might end her participation in this game. LG says, do we need to learn to start games quicker under Rene? Well, it's obviously been an issue, not just today, in general. I agree. El Loco says, Holmberg for Smith makes sense. Smith has been underperforming and Samela showed she can be a winger versus... No, exactly, yeah, I agree. I thought that did make sense. You're right. Absolutely makes sense. Not sure about the Plover one unless Mariona's got an injury. That's all we can think of for that one, really. But yeah, no, I agree. Holmberg's is going to do well down there if we can get her the ball. That's going to be key. She hasn't touched the ball yet. Anyway, Diani is back up on her feet again. We'll see the injury here. It was Caitlin Ford. She just seems to land. I just seem to put her foot in the ground a bit awkwardly, and that maybe is what's caused her the problem. Just behind her left knee, by the look of it. Anyway, they're going to make a change anyway. Whether that's going to see the end of Diani's afternoon, not sure yet. But Lyon are preparing a substitute. It's going to be Becchio coming on very shortly. Anyway, Lyon are in possession now over on that far side. They've not really looked like adding a third goal, have they, Lyon, really, in this second half? And Arsenal just won the ball there in midfield. Why couldn't we have done this in the first half? We wouldn't maybe be in this predicament, would we? If we'd shown this much aggression in that first half, we'd be still in this game. Anyway, the ball played out to that far side. Holmberg's finally got it. And can she go around the outside and put a cross in? She does, and it's a good ball. And Leslie Russo's in, and she scored. And that's what Smilla Holmberg brings, another assist for this young Swede. And Arsenal have got themselves level on aggregate. And what a great goal that was. Brilliantly worked there from Smilla Holmberg. We said we needed to get her on the ball. She's on the ball, and she has produced a goal. And Arsenal now are level in this tie. And there is still 15 minutes left to try and go on and win it. Wow, incredible impact there. It must be her first touch, is it, Holmberg? It's got to be. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of work there for Leslie Russo to do. She's got to get between two defenders. But Smilla Holmberg, then you know she's going to go around the outside. She does, gets a great ball in, and Leslie's there and gets in between the two defenders. That is just fantastic play all round. That is such a good Arsenal goal. And suddenly now the tie is level. And in between Heaps and Lawrence there, Leslie Russo nipped in. That was brilliant, brilliant play. And that's another assist. How many assists has Holmberg got now? Incredible. Seri says, yes, get in there, Russo. And he says, yes. And Arsenal are back level in the tie on aggregate. Wow. And Lyon have made some substitutes. It is Diani going off. Never really recovered from that injury. And that's good news for us, actually, because she was causing us a lot of problems. And they've made two subs, actually. I didn't see who else went off. Was it Heaps went off? I know Jules. Is it Jules? I know Jules Brand's coming across to this near side. Was it Heaps that went off as well? I didn't really see that second substitution there for Lyon. Anyway, Arsenal are back level. We are back in the tie. And as momentum shifted now, we probably deserved it for the second half performance. You have to say, anyway, a cross comes in from Lyon, and the last thing we want to do now is concede straight after scoring that goal. Yeah, Diani was the first player to be taken off, which we kind of knew she was going to be, and Becchio's come on. And I'm not sure what the other substitution was, actually. I didn't see that one on the screen. I didn't actually see who went off. I was too excited about the goal, I think. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again with Smilla Holmberg. What an impact she's had since she's joined Arsenal. Absolutely incredible. 19 years old she is, let's remember. And she plays like she's been around for years, doesn't she? So much maturity. Oh, that's a bit of a loose pass, though. And in the end, Katie McCabe's had to scramble across, and suddenly Arsenal's mistakes again are leading to Lyon opportunity here. De Mornay inside the penalty area, tries a shot, deflected there by Lotta Woubermoy, stood strong. That was a bit of a catalogue of disastrous errors there, wasn't it? Katie McCabe as well it was, tried to do the difficult thing, and then all she needed to do was just maybe get rid of that ball. And in the end, that was good defending from Lotta. She stood up well. And De Mornay's shot was blocked. It is a corner, though, to Lyon, and we haven't defended these corners particularly well. LG says, the mentality of this team, if only the men had the same. Absolutely, my friend. That is exactly right. It is a mentality thing, and Arsenal have got it. We've got a team of winners, that's why. That's the difference, isn't it? This women's team are a team of winners. They've won trophies recently, not only with Arsenal, internationally as well. The Arsenal men's team just don't have winners in their team, do they? Anyway, header comes in from the corner, looping wide, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. But yeah, it is to do with mentality. You're absolutely right. And I say the men's team, I thought it was Demaris come on as well for Lyon there. I still didn't see who went off, actually. I got a feeling it might have been Lindsay Heaps, but I didn't actually, not actually sure. But anyway, yeah, you're right. It is a mentality. We've got a team of winners and the men's team don't. They just have a team of bottlers who don't know how to win. Most of them have never won much. They don't know what it takes. And a manager who doesn't know what it takes either. Anyway, we haven't gone through yet. We're only level, but we've shown the fight and the character that you would expect from European champions and world champions. And this team does not give up. They do not give up, do they? And we've been rewarded for our endeavours in this second half. And we might be rewarded again here. Caitlin Ford has won the ball and the referee said play on. We've now got some attack here. It was a poor ball though, once again. In fact, the referee's called it back for a foul, I think. I don't know why she didn't blow that 5 minutes earlier. I mean, it didn't look like it was a foul, actually, did it? Anyway, Caitlin Ford did well, but then played a terrible pass. And that little cameo there sums up Caitlin Ford for me. She does so many great things. And, you know, she won the ball well there. I don't think that is a foul. The referee is given a foul. Yet the aggression of Lyon has been fine. We just lay a small little finger on one of their players and the referee gives a free kick. And then I say, she did really well there, Caitlin Ford, and then she played the wrong pass, made the wrong choice. And that happens too many times, doesn't it? And that's why she'll never be quite I definitely couldn't quite prevent that going out for a corner. And that's why she's just, you know, slightly off that top level that we need. And says, Samila, what a baller indeed. LG says, my winger Samila. Yeah, exactly. She's absolutely brilliant. Just fantastic. I mean, what an incredible player she is going to be. She's already, and she's 19 years old. Let's not forget that, you know, just wow. And, you know, we've had substitutes make big impacts in plenty of games previously, and we've just had one make a big impact in this game. But it's a corner to Lyon, comes in towards the far post. Good punch there from Daphne, gets a lot of length when it comes to the edge of the box, only to De Mornay. Tried to get a shot away, does get a shot away. Ooh, it just went wide, and Daphne seemed more confident that was going wide than what we did. But it did go wide. And you have to say, De Mornay is a hell of a player. Really, a really good player. She's one of the best players in the world, I think. She couldn't quite get enough bend on that shot, luckily. But she's a cracking player, isn't she? And anyway, we make another change now. Steena's going off, and Frida Marnham's coming on. Katie McCabe's going off, and Chloe Kelly's coming on. It was Heaps that went off before. They've just announced it now, 10 minutes later. So Chloe Kelly is coming on for Arsenal. There's 9 minutes to play, plus potentially extra time now as well. Chloe Kelly is another player, isn't she? That is a big game player who gets big moments when it matters. Is it going to be her moment tonight to send Arsenal through to the final? She's certainly capable of it, isn't she? And Frida Marnham's on as well. You know, she's likely to get a goal from those midfield runs. And we're throwing everything at it now, aren't we, in these final closing stages here? And obviously, potentially extra time that may well be coming. It's, 8 minutes away. Smela Holmberg's got the ball there, and it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. And Basha's gone down. And they've done that a lot, Lyon, haven't they? It's quite strange because they've been very, very, very aggressive in this game. And the slightest touch from an Arsenal player and they're going down like they've been shot. It's embarrassing, actually. I mean, look, if you're going to get stuck in and have tackles, brilliant. I've got no problem with that. But then if you're going to receive it on the other end, don't roll around pretending to be injured when you've not been touched. I mean, it's ridiculous. And that's the one thing that's annoyed me about Lyon, actually. You know, be aggressive, absolutely. You know, we've got no problem with that. But certainly, you know, if you're gonna act all tough when we've got the ball and in tackles with ours, don't fall down like that when you haven't got the ball. Ridiculous. Anyway, Stina's with Stina off now. Obviously, Leslie Russo is going to be playing through the middle, getting her further forward. Obviously, getting that goal might have influenced that decision slightly. I'm not sure. Obviously, Chloe Kelly. Not sure where Chloe Kelly is going to be playing. Actually, is she going to be playing on the left? In fact, I think she is. Is Caitlin Ford playing left back? Have I got that right? Have we gone free at the back? Just need to figure out who's playing where at the minute, because we seem to be all over the place. Have we gone free at the back? Yeah, see, Emily Fox looks like she's come over to the left-hand side. Oh, actually, no, Smilla Holmberg's gone to right back. Emily Fox has come to left back. Anyway, it's Lyon trying to come forward, and Lotta's clearance there, hit her own player in the face. And it is going to be a corner to Lyon. So Emily Fox has moved to left back. Smella Holmberg's moved to right back. Chloe Kelly's gone on to the left-hand side. So who's gone on the right? Is Caitlin Ford moved over to the right now? Not too sure what's happening there. Obviously, Leslie Russo is now playing as number 9. Anyway, there's a corner here. Wendy Reynard's in there, the tallest player on the pitch by quite some distance, although she hasn't actually got on the end of any of the corners that Lyon have had in this game. That one's flat towards the near post, headed out by Arsenal's goal scorer, Leslie Russo. And Arsenal are just under a little bit of pressure here. That cross comes in again towards the far post, and it's missed by Caitlin Ford. Actually, she does well second time to clear it away. 5.5 minutes of normal time remaining. LG says, I'm always scared of their corners. Yeah, we are. Anyway, Lyon now in possession again with Basha. Plays the ball forward. It's a little bit of a loose touch, but the tackle comes in. It's a bit late there from Chloe Kelly, actually, but Lyon have still got the ball, so we play on. She may well get herself a yellow card when the play stops. But they're still in possession here. Lyon trying to find an opening. Surely that's offside. Jill Brand has scored. She looked offside. Not sure if it's been given as offside. She did look offside. It is offside. It looked offside, didn't it? Let's be honest. Got away with that a little bit there, but it was actually a good defensive line. It was a good defensive line. It did look as though she was offside. Let's have a look. Oh, it's very tight. Almost Lotta played her on, almost. But I think it was offside. And Arsenal was maybe just about there. And it was Jill Brand again, of course, who did score in the first leg as well, didn't she? But that goal has been ruled out. VAR checking it, or what they're doing? I mean, it did look offside, didn't it? Even when you see a replay of it, it's quite tight. Lotta was a little bit deeper than you'd want her to be, but I think it was offside. So I think this goal will be disallowed. But it's a little bit tighter than it maybe looked initially, to be fair. It is a little bit tighter, but I do think she was just offside. But Lotta was a little bit deeper. If only Lotta had stepped up, just a fraction was all she needed to do. The Lyon manager seems to think it should be a goal. He seems convinced it should be a goal, but not sure yet what's the referee doing. I mean, this is a problem with VAR, is it takes far too long. How can it take that long? Yes, it does look a tight call. It does look a tight call, but you've got this semi-automated offsides now. You can see straight away it's offside or not. Why is it taking this long? I don't understand it. It doesn't need to take this long. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, obviously, as long as it's given as offside, we won't mind the wait, I suppose. But it shouldn't be taking this long, regardless of what the outcome of this is now. It's almost like it doesn't matter anymore. The decision should have been made 5 minutes ago. It's just, how can it take this long? There's a lie. It's quite simple. These are the easiest decisions to make in VAR, aren't they? Because they're not. These aren't a decision about opinion. A penalty can be an opinion. Was it a foul? Was it not a foul? Was there enough contact? You know, that can be an opinion. But this is it's a factual thing. You've just got to look at the lines. And that tells you all you need to know straight away. I don't understand how an offside can take this long. It makes absolutely no sense to me. You can understand the penalty decision earlier in the game. Yes, you know, you maybe need 2 or 3 looks at it, because they are, as I said, they're almost decisions of opinion, aren't they, to a certain degree? But an offside is an offside. Is it? You know, I can't. Why does it take 10 minutes? Yeah, exactly. Even the Lyon manager's pointing to his watch. It's taken far too long, and they've given the goal. They've actually given the goal. Wow. That is incredible. They've actually given the goal. It took them 10 minutes to figure it out, but they've given the goal, and Lyon are back in front in the closing stages of this game. And are we going to actually see? She's leaning forward. See, I don't know. I want to see this. I want to see the actual VAR of that, because she's leaning forward. She is leaning forward, and I believe that's offside. I mean, she took it quite nicely into that far corner, Jules Brown. Of course, she did score a great goal last week as well. But you have to say, that is the tightest offside I've ever seen. I mean, Arsenal trying to look for an immediate response. Bear in mind, there's no away goals in Europe anymore. So if Arsenal do score a second away goal, it wouldn't be away goals. It would go to extra time. Lyon coming forward again. This might finish us off. In fact, this is going to finish us off surely. Oh, the wrong choice actually there. Over on that far side. And we're into the last minute of normal time, but obviously there's going to be 10 minutes of stoppage time due to that VAR nonsense that we just encountered. And now the ref's given a foul again, because again a Lyon player decides to go down and make a meal of it with the slightest little touch. That was Selma Basha. I mean, yeah, it's a foul, I suppose, but Christ, you don't need to. Maybe if you put your shin pads on, mate, you wouldn't be so sore, would you, when someone boots you? See, her arm's offside. Oh, wow. How could it have taken them 10 minutes when it takes 2 seconds? How has it taken them 10 minutes? How? Can someone please explain to me how that's taken 10 minutes to get to that decision when you see the picture straight away? They can produce that picture in seconds. Why did it take them 10 minutes? What were they looking for? What were they looking at? Ridiculous. Anyway, the goal's given. Lyon are 3-1 ahead on the day, and that's 4-3 on aggregate. And Arsenal need to score again if we're going to make the final or take it to extra time anyway. I mean, yes, arms technically don't count because you can't play the ball with your arm, and I kind of get that. But what I don't understand is, why is it taking them 10 minutes? Why? How? Can someone explain that to me? When you can see that you got the semi-automated thing straight away. How long does it take to produce that image? It can't take that long. If it does, then just use the lines they were using before. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I also got a throw over on that far side. There's going to be 9 minutes, by the way, 9 minutes of stoppage time, most of which is because of that absolute nonsense we just witnessed. Anyway, England's lost her boot for Lyon. And so there's plenty of time left in this game yet. So let's not panic. There's still 9 minutes. So we've got time, but it is against us, obviously. And we do need to find something quite spectacular. But we have won a corner. And maybe the set piece is going to be something we can profit from. We haven't done particularly well from set pieces, but so far. But we do need another guy. We're going to let Smilla Holmberg take this. And why not? Her crossing of the ball is quite outstanding. She's one of the best crossers of the ball I've ever seen. And she's going to take this corner. So it's bound to be a good delivery. We just need an Arsenal player to get their head on it. And it is a good delivery. So outswinger towards a penalty spot. It's Frida Marnham's header. It's headed away, though. And Arsenal still in possession just on the edge of the penalty area. Vicky Pelova touches it off to Caitlin Ford. Caitlin Ford chips it towards that far post. Again, it's headed out by Lyon. And Arsenal pick the ball up again. This is some good pressure. Smilla Holmberg again over on that far side. Try to play a 1-2. The cross comes in instead. It's going to be Lotta's header. Oh, that was really, really poor. from Lotta there. She's got to head that with power towards the goal. She looked like she was caught in two minds there. Do I just head it down for someone else or do I go for goal? In the end, she did neither. She's got to do better there. That was poor, actually. Got to do better there. You know, we've played 3 minutes of the 9, so there is still time for Arsenal. There is still time, but it is running out as we speak. And now Lyon have pinched the ball back and they're coming forward looking for the goal that would definitely seal it now. We said this before, it may well do now. Actually, that wasn't a great ball, was it? And Arsenal can clear it away. It's hoofed away upfield. But Arsenal haven't got enough players forward. We've got that difficult, we're in that difficult decision now, aren't we, to overcommit and then risk obviously conceding a 4th goal or getting enough bodies forward. It's going to be a corner. Smella Holmberg there did quite well actually on the Mornay, but it is going to be a corner. We know that they've been a problem for us, haven't they, corners in this game? Well, all season actually. Marianne looks very, very disappointed there, doesn't she? On the touchline. Anyway, they took the corner shortly on. There's what, for 6 minutes to go, near enough. What are you doing? And now it's a goal kick. And that serves them right. You can't go into the corner flag when there's still, what, 5-6 minutes to play. It's ridiculous. You're not going to keep it there for that long, are you? You're not going to keep winning corners for 5 minutes. It just doesn't happen, does it? Anyway, Daphne with this goal kick. Everyone thought she was going long. Leah dropped short. And Leah was going to go long instead. It's a good ball forward, actually, up that far side. Arsenal don't quite get hold of it, but... Oh, and she's given a free kick again. We can't even touch their players, can we? They can do what they like to us. We can't even touch them. It's a yellow card for Caitlin Ford. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. What did she do wrong there, Caitlin Ford? She jumped up for the ball. Okay, yeah, she's gone in with her arm. But what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to jump without putting your arm up? Anyway. There is still 4 minutes left of stoppage time here. And, of course, all Lyon want to do is keep breaking the play up, stop us getting any sort of momentum building for these closing stages, and they'll be there. But let's see if we can find a moment. And that's what sometimes these games are about. They're about moments, aren't they? Most of the big moments in this game tonight have gone Lyon's way, you have to say. Terry says, looks like we're winning the same amount of trophies as the Met. Well, actually, no, we've already won one, haven't we? We've got this little thing on our shirt, haven't we? We've already won one trophy this year. Trying to win 2. Another one. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, we've still got some time, 3 minutes, plus whatever the referee is going to decide to add on top of that. Anyway, Emily Fox there almost gave the ball away, but good play there from Kim Little, who's actually had a much better second half. Looked like she was dead on her feet in that first half, getting bullied all over the place, but suddenly she's come to life in the second half. We've been much better all round, let's be honest, we have. But unfortunately, the damage was done in that first half, and we haven't been able to put it right quite yet. But there's still time. There is still time. Vicky Plover now has done really well, but again, it's a poor ball forward. Just when we needed a bit more quality there. Wasn't quite there. And another few seconds ticks away, and Arsenal on the brink of Champions League exit here in France. A scene of a glorious victory, of course, a year ago. Are we going to see some late drama, though? Now it's Lyon coming forward, but good defending again from Emily Fox, who's had a great game, actually, for Arsenal. You have to say tonight, really, really good. But it looks like it's going to perhaps be in vain for Arsenal. She's probably been our best player, actually, Emily Fox. She just won a free kick. 90 seconds of stoppage time to play. We just need one more chance, don't we? One big chance, and we need to take it, and that's it. One more chance. Come on. Can we do it? Leah Williamson's ball. Looking up this near side, it was headed away, but it's going to only fall here to Emily Fox. Tries to play it forward, but it's Not an accurate enough ball. Chip forward this time, and it is. Finds Leslie Russo. She played the ball through into the penalty area. Oh, the goalkeeper comes out just as Vicky Palova was trying to get on the end of that. We're into the last minute now of stoppage time. Lyon know they're close. Lyon know they are very, very close to the final. Have we got anything in us to come back and find a goal still? Are we going to get some late drama? It's not looking that way, is it? It looks as though our brave run to the semi-final is about to be over. And we're not going to have the chance to defend the trophy in the final. But maybe we might get one more chance here. We've won the ball again. We're in the last minute here of stoppage time. Smilla Holmberg plays the ball up that far side. Caitlin falls after it. She's done well. This is going to be our last chance. We've got to get the ball in the box. It does come in the box. It's overhit though. And once again, Caitlin Ford lets herself down when it matters. She does so well for 2/3 of the play, and then her final decision is always poor. It's the wrong cross. It's the wrong shot. She makes the wrong decisions, and she's done it there again. Needed a better ball. And who knows? You got a ball in that box. The goalkeeper's not very comfortable with balls in a box. And who knows what might have happened. But Caitlin Ford just didn't play that well. And we are going to get one more chance. Are we? No, we're not. It's all over here in Lyon. Arsenal are out. And you have to say, over the 90 minutes today, that's probably the right result. Lyon were a better team tonight for most of the game. We were better in the second half. We were. And when Leslie Russo pulled that goal back to bring us level on the tie, it looked as though it was going to be enough to certainly take it to extra time, and who knows. But in the end, it was that goal from Jill Brand, who, of course, did score the goal in the first leg as well. It's been her semi-final, hasn't it? And yes, it was initially disallowed for offside. VAR gave it in the end. And Arsenal are out of the Champions League. Yes, we made Lyon fight for it. We did. But we just wasn't quite good enough today, were we, in that first half in particular? We just wasn't quite good enough. And in the end, I think we have to hold our hands up and say maybe over the 2 legs, Lyon were a better team and probably did deserve to go through. Maybe a mixture of a few injuries for us, not a deep enough squad, 1 or 2 gaps in the squad that were obvious. A lot of games, we looked a little bit tired today. But, you know, we've gone to the semi-final again. You know, that's technically 3 semi-finals in a row in this competition when we've qualified. And yes, we were close, but it wasn't quite close enough, was it? And I think at the end of the day, Lyon's maybe more experienced at this level. Their big players really did turn up. They maybe had a few more options on the bench than what we did. You know, they gave it everything, the girls. Of course they did. Absolutely gave it everything. And, yeah, it wasn't quite enough. Just a shame we didn't start the game in the first half as we did in the second half. It may have been a different story, but, you know, we can't change it now. You know, we unfortunately, we're out, and very, very disappointing. But, yeah, I don't think there's much doubt Lyon probably did deserve it over the 2 legs. And yeah, I think it's more disappointing as the holders when you go out, isn't it? I mean, if we'd lost in a semi-final last year, it would have been disappointing, but it's like, well, okay, fair enough kind of thing. You know, when you're the holders and you've won it, you know what that feels like. It's like, you know, yeah, it feels worse, doesn't it, I suppose. But, you know, we've now become one of the big sides in Europe, haven't we? You know, a final, a semi-final, the time before that. You know, we're regularly going deep into this competition. And I think that's a good thing, you know, that's a good thing. And it is, we need to keep building, though, don't we? We need to keep building. We can see the squad's got gaps in it that need to be filled in the summer. And then we can come again next season, hopefully, you know, make a good show of ourselves again. And I think we have done in the Champions League this season. I think we have made a good, you know, we've done well. We've done well in the competition, haven't we? When you look at, you know, we beat Chelsea over 2 legs. That's not easy. You know, we overcome some difficulties at the start of the group stage with the defeats to Lyon and Bayern Munich, and we fought our way through to the semi-final. And you have to say that it's not enough. Obviously, you know, we want to be winning trophies. We're Arsenal, but we're showing consistency now in this competition, and I think that's a positive. It just wasn't quite meant to be today. We didn't play well enough today, certainly in that first half, and yeah, it's disappointing, isn't it? It is disappointing, but yeah, we'll dust ourselves off. We've got a really big game now Wednesday. Let's take this league title down to the last game at least. Let's take it to that last game at Liverpool, and who knows, anything can happen. But there you go. Oh dear, disappointing, isn't it? It really is disappointing. Joe says we're a team that is in the top 4 European clubs, and Chelsea and City can't say that. Proud of our girls. It'll be a massive team next. No, you're right. I mean, we are now, aren't we? We're regularly in that top 4 in Europe. I'd like to see us put more of a title challenge in domestically next season as well. We said that, didn't we, last year? But maybe in a way, this might be a blessing in disguise. I know it'd be difficult at the moment, but I think last year winning the Champions League definitely cost us early this season in the WSL for various reasons. And, without that this season, maybe next season we can, obviously no tournament in the summer, maybe we can start next season at the WSL a lot stronger, and that could make a difference, couldn't it, in the end? If we'd started this season better, we'd have probably won the league. So that's a positive to take from this, maybe. It's disappointing now, of course. We wasn't quite good enough to do it today. We need some new players in the summer, there's no question. You have to say that the new players that we've brought in this season have done well. Smilla Holmberg, brilliant again when she came on today. Olivia Smith, maybe not quite her day. I'm not quite sure why Taylor Hines didn't get on today. But anyway, look, I don't think we can criticise Renee too much. We showed a good response in that second half. We did. And for a long time there, when we got the goal, it looked as though we were at least going to take it to extra time. And who knows where it would have gone after that. We could have gone on and won it. But, yeah, it's a shame. But there we go. Lyon were the better team. And I think they probably were the better team last season as well. We just had one exceptional game where everything went our way in that second leg last year. Today it didn't. We probably wasn't good enough on the day really anyway. But yeah, frustration and disappointment obviously. But we've got some lessons there, and I think we do need to be proud of what they've done this season. We made Lyon. We took them all the way, didn't we? Lyon are one of the best. They are one of the best sides in European history. This is a great team, and we took them all the way, didn't we? They got that goal right at the end. We took it all the way, and like we did a couple of years ago against Wolfsburg. We took them all the way. It's frustrating when it doesn't go your way, but sometimes you've got to accept it, haven't you? Top Joe says making the semis is not easy. Glad to watch the ride. Not happy, but that's football. Yeah, exactly. It isn't easy. You're right. And he says, lovely to see you until next time. Yeah, and yourself, take it easy. Try and enjoy the rest of the weekend. I know it's going to be, we'll soon get over this, I'm sure. But yeah, it's not great, is it? Just Lotta there, just played her on side. Such a shame, isn't it? But anyway, Joe says, we'll take the league next season because we're going to sign some massive players. I hate to say it, but I think it was a show of McCabe's lack of pace. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? I mean, we've said it all the time that we need a little bit of a clear out, don't we? We need to get some players out. We need to bring some new players in, and I'm sure we will. And I just think next season, if we can start the season a bit quicker, don't drop all those stupid points that we dropped early this season, early last season as well. The same. Start the season well, and we'll have a great chance, won't we? But anyway, Top Shelf says, have a nice weekend. And yourself, my friend, take it easy. Try and enjoy the rest of the weekend. It is what it is. We've lost, but it's been a good run. It has been a good run, and we've done well against some good sides, but in the end, it wasn't quite enough. And maybe it was just one game too far for us, wasn't it? One game too far. But, it's been a good ride, hasn't it? Winning it last year and back in the semi-finals this year. It has been a good ride. Joe says, I think Renee is a quiet assassin. Well, we'll find out, won't we? We will find out how much of an assassin she is over the summer, won't we? But fair play to Lyon, they were a very, very good side. I mean, I thought the Mornay today made a difference. She didn't start the game last week. I thought Selma Basher made a difference as well. They brought in those two players and it improved them. We didn't have anyone else we could really bring in to improve us due to the size of our squad and a couple of players missing. And maybe that was a difference. That's all the difference was in the end, wasn't it? Maybe they just had that little bit of extra depth in their squad that we didn't. LG says, I thought Rene for playing Mariona deeper. You could see the latter's frustration from the start. Yeah, but that's happened all season, hasn't it? And to be fair, look at the run we've been on. And she's been playing that position and it's worked for a long time. Yes, it didn't really work today. And there's been games when obviously it hasn't worked, of course. But I don't know. I don't necessarily think that's just the reason. We've done well with her in that position most of this season. I think next season we are going to buy a number 6. We'll bring a number 6 in, and I think that will hopefully free Mariona up to play higher up the pitch next season as she did last year. But that's not the reason we lost, is it? That isn't the reason we lost this tie. I think it's more to do with the squad depth, not having the players that we can bring on to change the game. Not enough of the players on to change the game. Obviously, Smeller came on and changed the game today, absolutely, but. Yeah. I think Mariona was tired. I think they was all tired, actually. I really do. Terry says, don't let the result get you down. We can give Rene another 3-year contract and win nothing again next season. Yeah, but you see, Rene's won something. She's won the Champions League. She's won the World Club Championship. So, come on. I mean, we could still win the WSL. It seems unlikely. But the one thing you can't criticise Rene for is trophies, because she's won the biggest one of them all. And she did it in her first season. And this season, we've come close again. It's difficult to win trophies, isn't it? And I don't think winning trophies should be taken for granted at all. And we shouldn't expect to be able to win a trophy every season. It's difficult to do. And the fact that we've won a trophy the previous 3 seasons, we've reached a semi-final of Champions League this season, we're still in the title race going into the last few games of the season. That's as good as we can maybe expect. We can't expect to win everything all the time, not with the squad of players that we've got. And I think Rene's done a good job. She's done a really good job with what she's had at her disposal. Hopefully now we can build from this and go on and do better, obviously, and grow. But I think at the moment, I don't think we can look at the manager. I think we can look at the recruitment over the previous 4 or 5 years, or lack of it in some ways. The fact that we've still got half of our team are over 30. And the rebuild, if you like, has started with the younger players, Olivia Smith, Smeller Holmberg coming in, and things like that. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're not in a bad place, are we? We're not in a bad place at all. And today's result's disappointing, but you've got to look at the bigger picture, Lyon are a very, very good team. They're one of the best teams in Europe by a distance. And we've took them all the way over 2 legs, haven't we? They had to fight for that today. Joe says, Rene more or less had the squad she inherited. She knows what she's doing. I kind of agree. I really do agree. As obviously she's inherited the squad, she's added some really good younger players to it as well. And I think given the next 2 or 3 years, we'll see that evolution a bit more younger players coming in, more of the old guard moving on. Obviously, Katie McCabe this summer, probably Beth Mead potentially as well. Could be 1 or 2 others, and an influx of younger players. And that's what we need. And I think if Rene's got the opportunity to do that over the next 2 or 3 years, I really do think we'll see the benefit. I've had my doubts about Rene. I've said it on the show plenty of times. But I think right now I don't have as many doubts now as I did earlier on in the season. Hang on, Leah Williamson's chatting. Let's have a listen to what she says.
They were, good today. So we didn't quite match that in the first half. I thought we put on a better display in the second, but not enough. There wasn't much between the 2 sides today. Obviously, VAR played a starring role as well, but does it hurt more knowing that there was so little between you? Yeah, I think you work so hard for it to be an inch here and inch there is difficult, but you want to win the game, create chances, take chances, and we didn't today. So yes, disappointing. did the occasion, was it almost too big for the players? I know many of you played in big games before, but when you say you weren't quite at your best, particularly first half, what was behind that? No, I think sometimes you have to give credit to another team for being on fire. And, you know, this team is so humble and they work so hard. And they're my teammates, I say that about them. Everybody gives everything. The one thing you can't take away is that everybody gave what they had. But it just, you know, there's football games that go your way, and arguably we should have scored a few more in the first leg maybe to give ourselves a bit of breathing space. So, yeah, the word is disappointed. I keep saying the same thing. And with VAR playing such a role today, how frustrating was it as a player to play in with that going on? Yeah, it's hard. I felt at the start of the game the ball had been in play for about 2 minutes out of 20. But as decisions, also, you know, the rules, I don't think we're all on the same page of it, so it's frustrating. But yeah, it's very stop-start. Thank you for speaking to us. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, you can see Leah Williamson incredibly disappointed there. Interesting there, where she's saying, I don't think we're quite on the same page.
I mean, it was an interesting interview, that wasn't it? I mean, the one thing about Leah is she's very honest, isn't she? And I mean, that was an honest interview there. We wasn't quite good enough today, was we? Maybe not quite good enough over the 2 legs. It's interesting, isn't it? When, I mean, I think players are a little bit reluctant to talk about VAR. I think they're worried about the potential consequences of saying too much, but it must be, I mean, it's frustrating for us as fans watching the games when it takes 10 minutes to reach a decision that should have been reached in 20 seconds. And it must be worse for the players because they've got to stand around waiting. And that's the worst thing possible, you know, when you're hyped up, when you're warm and you're ready, to stand around for 5 minutes, 10 minutes waiting for a decision is ridiculous. And it is something that VAR's got to look at. If we're going to keep VAR, then we've got to speed the process up first of all. I mean, today, yeah, to be fair, when you look at it, VAR probably got all the decisions right today in the game. Most of them seem to go against us. In fact, all of them went against us, really, apart from the disallowed goal, I suppose, at the beginning. But you have to say that the VAR decisions were right. That, you know, the first goal was offside. She was in front of the goalkeeper. That's fair enough. The penalty probably was a penalty, I think, when you look at the replays. The VAR got that right. You know, obviously, Daphne did dive off her line before the penalty was taken. So, again, that's probably the right decision. And, of course, the goal at the end where technically, I suppose it's onside when you look at when VAR have done the image that they've got. So they've probably got all the decisions right. It's just they've got to speed it up. They can't take 10 minutes over it. It's ridiculous. It's not helping the game at all. And it doesn't help with momentum in the game. It doesn't help with all stuff like that, does it? Anyway, Joe says, when you have VAR in some games but not in others, it doesn't work. I love this team and manager. I'm proud of our goals. No, I agree with you. I am as well. And you're right. It's either VAR. If we're going to use VAR in women's game, use it in every game. Hang on, Kim Little now.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of stops for VAR. Yeah, it was an intense game. I'm sure it was to watch as well. Yeah, obviously, just disappointed to not make it through to the final and to not get the result today. But obviously, credit and congratulations to Lyon.
What have you said to the players? How are the rest of the playing group?
Yeah, not much. The Renee obviously speaks to the group at the end, and we just come together and we have to refocus now and be proud of what we've achieved this year, reaching the semi-final again, and then obviously moving on to the league this week, and then. Yeah, just disappointed. You know, we're here to win football matches and to represent this great club, and we're sad that we couldn't bring the win today.
When you equalised late on, you must have thought the team had done at least enough to reach extra time at that point.
Yeah, I think from what it felt like in the game, obviously it might have felt different watching it. It kind of resettled. We obviously scored the goal, and then small margins with their final goal. With the offside, I think I have no idea how close it was, but I'm assuming it was very close. You know, positioning small margins at the end, and they obviously got that today.
You're obviously very proud to have led this team to the semi-finals. How do you sum up this European campaign this year as a whole?
Yeah, again, you know, a really special journey. We obviously won it last year, and that was such a high, and you know, our aim was to reproduce those performances this year. And I think on the most part we have. You know, we've had great results in the league phase, and then obviously a great result against Chelsea. Many different games are sort of run last year, so we'll learn from them a lot. Obviously, we didn't get the result we wanted today, but we'll learn from them and hopefully be back next year. Thank you for speaking to us. Well,
it still has been a brilliant European campaign for Arsenal getting to it.
I mean, again, a good interview, actually, to be fair. I mean, you've just lost a semi-final and you're coming out and speaking, so well done to them. Kat says there, VAR helped us against Chelsea, so I don't complain. Well, to be fair, I thought, as I said, I thought the VAR decisions today were right. You know, VAR is not there to favour us or favour anybody else. What VAR should be there is to get the right decisions, and they did today. They just took too long to get them. Some of the decisions against Chelsea, yes, you can understand some frustration there from their point of view, because those decisions were maybe, well, were they right decisions? I don't know. Obviously, we were happy with them. But yeah, I thought VAR got it right today. They just take too bloody long. Lucky says, sorry, but our coach isn't good enough. Well, you know, our coach that's won the Champions League isn't good enough. I don't know. She was good enough to win the Champions League, which not many coaches do. Only one other Arsenal coach has ever won it. Well, when you look at the Champions League, the modern Champions League, no other Arsenal coach has won it. So, you know, I think let's not blame it all on Renee. I think Renee has done well, and I'll stick by that. She needs to rebuild the squad. That's her next job to do. And I'm sure she will, because the early signs are good with the players she's brought in. So, you know, let's see what the summer brings with the players coming in. I think we have to understand that, you know, when Renee took over, won the Champions League. You know, the fact we've now won the Champions League, gone back to the semi-final, beaten by a very, very good team that we took all the way to the final few minutes of two legs, and we're still in the charts in the WSL title race. We finished second last year. I don't know. I think Renee's done well in the circumstances, but obviously it's not enough. But it's only a short time. Give her time. Give her time to get her own players in. Give her time to keep rebuilding this squad. And if in 2 or 3 years' time, we haven't progressed enough, then I'd agree with you. Absolutely. At the moment, I don't think we can say that, because what she's done in the short time she's been here has been great. And she deserves the opportunity to start rebuilding this team and seeing where we can go. Agneta says... feel that way. Terry says Arteta done well, but he ain't good enough either. No, but you see, Arteta hasn't won anything. Arteta hasn't won a Champions League. Arteta hasn't won anything really, has he? So that's the difference. He's failed and failed and failed 6 years in a row. Renee hasn't failed 6 years in a row, has she? She hasn't even failed completely this season. When you look at, we've won the World Club Championship, we still got an outside chance of winning the league. You know, let's see where we are at the end of the season. But even if we don't win anything else this season, you can't say that Renee's failed in the same way Arteta has. He's had 6 years and not won anything. Keeps failing at the final leg every time. And if this happens with Renee, I'd agree with you. If the next 2 years we're losing semi-finals, we keep coming second in the league, I would say agree. Get another manager in, absolutely, 100%. But at this moment in time, she's been here for a season and a bit. She's won the Champions League. She's won a World Championship trophy. She's reached the semi-final of the Champions League. We could still win the WSL. I don't think we can say that we need to get rid of the manager now. Let's give it another, you know, at least give her another 2 seasons. And again, if we keep failing again, then I would agree with you. We can't say it now. We can't. She's done too much already to just say and put her in the same bracket as Arteta. Arteta's done nothing. He's won nothing. So he should have gone years ago. Oh, hang on. Renee's here now, talking about Renee. Let's have a listen to what Renee has to say.
I thought they came out really strong. They have Batcha and Renee back in the team, who are world-class players. So they did really well. I think they were really effective in certain moments. But still, it was a very tight game. It's small margins. It's a semi-final Champions League. We scored a 2-1, and it's even. And yeah, it was tight. So yeah, very disappointing for us, of course.
Leah's just come out and said sometimes you have to be humble and recognise when you're beaten by a better side. Did Lyon deserve it today?
Yeah, today I think they were the better team, and I think across 2 legs, there's 2 really good teams with different styles of football that have gone against each other, but they were really good today. Yeah.
For you personally, to lead the team to a final and then follow up with a semi-final, that's an awful lot of pride from you, despite being disappointed at this point.
It's hard to say at the moment. It's mostly disappointment because we were so close and we all believed we could do it, even though we went through really hard times today. So then when the 3-1 came, that was really tough. So at the moment, very disappointed.
I understand it's a very emotional dressing room right now. How is everybody?
Don't know. I just spoke to a couple of players on the pitch and I just said to them, I feel gutted because you're so humble and you work so hard and I wish for you all to go to a final, but unfortunately this is football and they were good today. So yeah, a lot of disappointment in the changing room.
Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and admittance and acceptance then from Renee Slaggers and all of her players.
See, isn't that refreshing? You know, I've never seen Arteta come out and just say in an interview, well, actually, the other team are better than us. He's always got some excuse, hasn't he? Anyway, we don't want to talk about the men's team because I'm depressed enough as it is. Lucky there says it wasn't a tight game. Lyon were way better. Well, no, it was a tight game because it was 2-1 with a couple of minutes to play. That's a tight game. You know, it was level on aggregate until 2 or 3 minutes from the end of normal time. That's a tight game. That's a tight tie over two legs. Yes, Lyon were the better team today. We've all said that. No one's denying that. You know, Renee said it. You know, Kim Little said it. Leah said it. It's a fact. Lyon were better than us today. They were. But over 2 legs, it was a tight game. It could have gone either way today. You know, we got it back to 2-1 and, you know, at the right time as well, 15 minutes to play, perfect time to score. And in the end, you know, they were better than us and got the 3rd goal and by the smallest of margins and have gone through. And fair enough. And, you know, it was a tight game. It's finished 4-3 on aggregate. That's a tight tie, isn't it? You know, Lyon haven't beaten us 5-0. Then I think I'd agree with you. But they didn't, did they? They beat us 3-1 today, 4-3 on aggregate. And that's 2 tight games. And they've just come out on top and they were the better team and they deserved it. And then we have to accept that and say, right, okay, fair enough. Now we move on to Wednesday, put this behind us quickly and try and keep that league title dream alive until the last game of the season. I think we need to be careful here that we don't get too critical of the team. They've done well. You know, look at our bench compared to their bench today. It was going to be a big ask. You know, we couldn't quite do it, but we've done well to be here again. And next season, hopefully, we'll be back and go again. But I don't know. I think Renee needs to be given credit for what she's done, and she does need a little bit of time to start rebuilding this squad. And if she's given that time, I believe she can be successful because she's already been successful. She's already been one of our most successful managers over the last 10 years already. She's only been here a very short period of time. You know, we can't start saying, well, let's get rid of her because we've lost the semi-final of the Champions League after winning it last year. That's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But if in 2 or 3 years' time we're in the same position, keep doing this and keep failing, then of course I 100% agree with you. But we haven't done that yet, have we? You know, it seems as though people are quick to compare Renee with Arteta. Arteta's been at Arsenal 6 years. He's failed 6 times in a row, 6 seasons in a row. Renee hasn't. She's not even failed this season yet when you think we've won the World Club Championship and we're still in the title race. Okay, Arteta hasn't failed this season yet either quite yet, but even so, he has failed for 6 years in a row. We have to be a little bit more sensible about this. Renee has done a good job so far, a very good job so far. Can she take it up to that next level next? That's the question we don't know. But I think she can. And I think she deserves the opportunity to at least try. Kat says, can we win the league next season? Of course we can. Of course we can win it next season. We need to have a good summer in transfers. But yeah, I don't see why we can't win it next year. We need to start well and go from there. I think if we can start the season well, first 5, 6, 7 games, win most of them, I think we've got a great chance next season. But next season's next season, isn't it? We don't know what's going to happen, do we? How strong are Man City going to be? How strong are Chelsea going to be? You know, the competition, Man United, the competition is going to be bigger than ever, and we've got to improve as well, obviously. And if we do that, we'll have a great chance. But let's see. We'll see what happens, won't we? We've got a comment there from Roaz says, love Lyon from Madrid fan. No, I mean, Lyon played well today. They did. You have to say they did play well today, and that's how it goes, isn't it? Anyway, that is that, guys. We have, unfortunately, we're out. Agneta says, hope Bayern Munich wins. Yeah, I think we all do now, because obviously Andreas has got his tickets for the final and he doesn't really want to see Lyon against Barcelona, does he? At least want to see one of his teams in the final. So we'll be praying that Bayern Munich can do it tomorrow. Kat says, next season's league title will be Chelsea, Arsenal, City. Yeah, probably. Terry says, I agree with you. Credit where credit's due, but it's that time. Only one club needed for Dover. Only one cab needed for Dover. Okay. Joey says, I'm excited for next season. I have faith in Renee. Lucky says, Brighton will be difficult. Absolutely, Brighton will be difficult. Yeah, absolutely they will. But, you know, it'll be difficult for them as well. But anyway, look, we'll see what happens Wednesday. You know, let's dust ourselves down. Let's enjoy the rest of the weekend. The men's game's on in about an hour, which will probably cheer us up, I'm sure. And we'll see what happens there. But yeah, we wasn't quite good enough today. We've got out. We were close, not quite close enough, but we go again. And yeah, it's been a good run. We've had 2 good seasons in a row in the Champions League, haven't we? And that's exciting. And hopefully the future can bring a few more, can't it? So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back, obviously, Friday with the show. I'm not sure whether I can do the Wednesday game yet, the Brighton game. If I can, I will, obviously. Depends on what time the kickoff's 7:30, isn't it? I think I should be able to. But we'll see anyway. If not, we'll be here Friday, of course, with Andreas for the show, looking back on this game, looking back on Brighton, looking ahead, of course, to Aston Villa next weekend and Everton, of course, a weekend, midweek after that as well. Still a busy time of the season, still lots to play for. Let's do it. Come on, you Gunners. Unfortunately today, but we go again. We'll be back. See you soon, guys. Enjoy the weekend.